Oh, yes. Magnificent. Hello? Uh-oh. My grasshopper brain hopped again. What was I saying? Hello?
Hello, lovelies. How's everybody doing? Change from my usual like chill intros there. We've got something a little bit more dramatic. To go with the that nice little bit of a warm-up that I was filming earlier, like when I wandered past the arena and I found it full of things and a GM lurking nearby. I was quite pleased with that anyway. How's everybody doing? Right, let me get you seeing what I'm seeing. Da-da-da. So we are over on Xanadu at the Mardi Gras Impalong. I was here yesterday on stream with Calvert, so some of you may have seen a little bit of this already, even if you're not over here in person. And ooh, I was like, why is my mouse not going where I want it to go on that screen? It's because I'm in the wrong screen, is why. Right, just bear with me 1 second. Ooh, why are you not working like I want you to work? Mimas, you finally got your ad blocker working on on YouTube, have you? Good for you. Stocks. Let me get my chat back. There we go. Right, yes. So, on Xanadu at the Mardi Gras Impalong, where I've been sort of lurking AFK today. And not entirely AFK the whole time, actually. In fairness, we had some arena action earlier with some some escapee spawn of Utacha all over the place, which of course just keeps spawning more and more. And I've run around and I've done the scavenger hunt, which I decided not to do on stream. Yeah, the Hellscorp's flooding out at the last minute, memers. I know. That's why I decided to go for the more sinister intro, having filmed that bit. I did do a really nice kind of, I think it was a sunrise. Was it a sunrise or a sunset? I think it was a sunrise. It was a nice sunrise from like the Mardi Gras building earlier. And I was going to start with a more chill one, but then I spied an opportunity and I couldn't resist. Hello, Red. So Red seems to be walking around with a booze and cart instead of a booze and wagon. So does that mean that your drinks come to you this event? That's pretty cool if so. Yeah, no, it sounds like Scott Buckley, does it? Yeah. So, did we manage to duel with the corpses? Moomin, I mean, yes.
Ooh, what
but
is?
It took us an awful long time for one of us to get in a single hit. We didn't really scratch each other, so I drew first blood, finally, with my back to him whilst I was tabbed away to another screen. So that's how that went. But we also did some snowball experiments, and we discovered that there is in fact a toon falling over animation, which Ruffle assured me was in the game, but I had never seen. So we caught that one as well. And then there was a whole load of silliness with yellow potions and things. So today will probably be a slightly less silly stream because it's me on my own. But I've done the scavenger hunt already. I didn't want to do that on stream and spoiler everybody because we're still quite close to the beginning of the event. I might go and attempt the pirate maze. I gather quite a lot of people have been getting stuck in there. But I've been assured that
yes.
I might be able to do that without being too spoilery, so we'll see. And I'm also going to have a little bit of explore because this is a... Hello, Mumix. Because this is a super lovely, lovely deed with lots of really nice features in it. Thank you for the follow, Trilnil. Woo! Everybody's coming out. Hi, Barfoot. Hi, Mumix. Who else have we got in here? Dracka's over there. Thanks, Myra. I haven't actually opened my drink, but I do have one. And, hey, Olafus. Good to see you. And as you will see, a few of the people that we've got in chat are also, in fact, local.
Magnificent.
So this is the main imping building, which has been upgraded with fancy archaeology wood ceilings. Check those out. Different ones everywhere you look. So that's all looking very fancy. If you've never been to an Impalong before, I imagine most of you have, but if you've never been to an Impalong before, it is a big community event where people imp and enchant each other's stuff up for free to a goodly level. Usually at Impalongs, the target is to try and get things up to enchants and quality of 70 or above. At this Impalong, they've said that they will try, as and where there are people and skills available, to get items up to 90 and above. So if you're able to hang around all weekend and you're willing to leave your stuff in imping stations a bit longer, you might get an even nicer imp out of it at the end of it. Oh, there's Seri, who I imagine is probably AFK. It's important to stay hydrated, Myra, yes. Especially as I was, like, an hour ago, I was napping. I just suddenly, like, had an overwhelming, like, wave of tiredness hit me. And I always wake up from naps a little bit dehydrated, so thank you for the prompt. Who's kissing meditation rugs? Barefoot. Oh my goodness, it's bright green. Yeah, so this is the main imping building. If you come along to the Mardi Gras Impalong, there's docks down here where you can park your boats. I think there's also a section of that which is marked out by flags, where you can put your boat if you want your boat imped up. The main imping building is just down the end of this main thoroughfare, so super easy to find, hard to miss, and it's got a catapult on top of it, just in case you're not sure what you're looking for. And are you coming over tomorrow, are you, Myra? Super. I know, right? Trilnil, naps and Wurm. Great way to spend a weekend. And, oh yes, good point. So, Bun just posted something. Where did we see it, Bun? What was it? Is it Rite of Spring or is it Ritual of the Sun you've got? I think you said Rite of Spring. So a Rite of Spring has literally just gone off on Deliverance, which is perfect timing for anybody who is chomping through their sleep bonus at an Impalong if you are a Vin follower. So go and eat up all of that sleep bonus in the next 24 hours and then take a quick hop over to Delhi to top yourself back up. So on the ground floor, we've got our priest level, which is, I imagine, where the enchanting is also happening, although I haven't actually put anything in for imping or enchanting at this one. So I don't... Oh, where do enchants go? Over here? Enchanting overflow. This is me doing my research beforehand, clearly. We've got a fabulous bar over here, although, as you saw when we logged in, I think Red Dragon is also dragging a cart around, dragging a booze and cart around. So there's that too. But we've got a priest area here with all manner of, I don't know, prayers and sermon circles happening as per usual. There we go. So this is on the ground floor in the back room. These archaeology wood LSUs are the places where you drop off your stuff for enchanting. And I presume the shelves inside them will be labelled. There you go. There's a 20 item limit at this Impalong. So if you're dropping off a full set of armour, for example, that's 9 items, not 1 item. So there's a 20 item limit, but as I say, they're going to try and take some stuff up to 90 as and where they can, which is really nice. So come and get your stuff imped up if you haven't already, or if you're here coming to help out imping along. I'm sure you can find some things in your inventory that could do with a little tink up too. Yeah, so we've got enchanting on the ground floor. Then on this floor, on the first floor, we've got big LSUs for various kinds of craftables. We've got leather and cloth tailoring up here. Carpentry and masonry presumably in here, and stone cutting. And then around here we've got all the forges. So this is where your weapons, your tools, all of that stuff goes. The fires, the sound of the forges just gets really, really noticeable in those last couple of tiles. So this is where you pop your stuff. And if you're new to Impalongs, or even if you're not, but if you're just a bit new to blacksmithing, it's worth noting that some things that you think probably go in the blacksmithing forges do in fact go in the weaponsmithing forges. Off the top of my head, that tends to be like carving knives, sickles. I know that there's another one. What's the other one I'm missing, guys? Carving knives, sickles. There's another one. You know what? Let's go and have a peek in a weapon forge. That'll tell me. Probably. Carving knife, sickle, scythe, butchering knife. Butchering knife is the one I was thinking of, but yes, you're quite right. Scythes as well. So things which you may not traditionally think of as weapons, but do in fact use weaponsmithing skill. There's a few other tricksy ones like that, but you can always just ask in local if you're not sure where something goes, or have a look on Wurmpedia, because that will tell you. So that's that's an Impalong, although I'm sure most of you in chat actually need no introduction to one. That's what's going on here, and the Mardi Gras Impalong is going on through to Tuesday. If you aren't able to make it over to this one, or even if you are but you go through your stuff quite a lot, and just like community events in general, also worth mentioning that we've got another Impalong coming up in about a month and a half. So let me just pop a button up for that one. There you go. So there's also the Delhi Renaissance Festival Impalong coming up over Easter on Southern Freedom Isles, and there is one on the Northern Freedom Isles as well. There is the Isle of Skye Impalong happening there over Easter too. So I'm not quite sure why I took myself up here. Oh, there we go. I'm not going to do the scavenger hunt, but for anybody who's struggling to find a beer garden because they don't know what a beer garden is, it's an open air place where you can go and drink beer. And this one's up on the roof. So nice views up here though. And there is a campground. Ooh, somewhere. We've got an arena over there, where, as I said, we've already had some action. This whole deed is quite death themed. It's called Seris Voodoo Bayou Bash. That is the name of the deed. And if you're coming over to visit, we are on the east side of Xanadu, pretty much on the equator line, just here. So you've got Dragonwyck, which is Seris deed just to the north, with a really nice little market, kind of village square. And then the middle of these two islands, will it let me zoom in? You've got a set of three little islands here, basically, and we are on the middle one, right here, just past the equator line, so it's super easy to find. And it looks like this. And we're going to go do and explore. There is a lighthouse that you can look out for there. But you will probably know that you're getting into the right place when you hit a wall of temporary lag as you come into the local of a whole bunch of people. There's 57 people here at the moment. I should put more greenery out to make it more gardeny. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of greenery up here. We've got some, we've got some trellises on the walls and things. I suppose there could be some flower pots as well. But, there's a bit of greenery, and there's plenty of beer steins on the table, and a little brewery area up here where you can get some really, really nice views around. And just over there you go, you can see the campsite just over there as well. So if you want to come and get involved in arena action, you can come and drop your tent somewhere safe. Look at that big mountainscape. My goodness. Oh, so, Mumix, you only found it by random chance before you did the scavenger hunt, and you found a wild crimson there. Yes. I was AFK here earlier, waiting for the sun to go down to do that first bit of filming, and every time I blinked, Mumix had been and gone, slapping me or prodding me or doing whatever else on the way past. Unless you nest like tons of pottery planters. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, do you know what? I really like. You could do pottery planters. I also really like things like coffee cherries and tea, and I mean the tea one is a little bit meh, but the coffee cherries and the cocoa beans in particular make really nice plant models. If you've only ever had them in planter racks where you don't get to see them, try popping them in a planter and just putting them on the ground, because they're a really nice decorative model. But sadly, because they are like, a live item, if you like, if you're not picking them regularly, or even if you are, they only last so long before they end up emptying themselves again. You've got to replant them. So they're fine for things like, oh, in fact, there you go. We've got some around. Is that one tea? Yes. So they're good for kind of events that last for a few days. They're not so great for decorating your deed long term, unless you're very good at remembering to go and put them around places. But there appear to be tea plants all over the place here. I can hear some kind of fighting going on as well, and I assume that that's people dueling. Maybe. So this is the main Impalong building, but there is much more to this deed than just the Impalong building. There is a fountain of mead here, which you could come and paddle in or drink, if you want to do what you're supposed to do there. We've got a prize hall over here as well, because there are various games and events running through the weekend. There we go. I knew I was hearing fight sounds. Who's fighting? Madoon and Cruz are sparring over here. Let's go and dwell on there. With cheese wheels, no less. Very good. They are having a lot more success than Calvert and I were trying to hit each other with sharks and champion wolves yesterday, at least. And there's Red and his booze and wagon. But yes, there is a fountain of mead that you can come and... Whoa! Hello, Mumix. Are you trying to give me moss? I do not want your unfinished open fireplaces. I'm not falling for that. Yesterday, we ventured onto Chaos, and Mumix wanted a goblin skull from a goblin that I killed there. So I brought it here, I gave it to Mumix, gave them a gift. What did they do? They filled up my inventory with moss, because I was too distracted to notice. But yes, come and have a drink from the mead fountain, if you fancy it. Take part in some of the games and things that are running across the course of the weekend. Let me just pull up a forum listing for this as well. So there's a scavenger hunt, as I said, that I've already taken part in that's running. There is a pirate maze, which I may or may not try and run on stream. I don't actually, I haven't even ventured inside to see what is in there. So I don't know if it's something I will be able to do whilst very distracted and doing 100 other things, but I might give it a try. But there's also things like Nirav has been running some kind of like hunting kind of games, like to find items, and I think there's going to be things like trivia and stuff across the weekend. And I'm sure some other things besides, like I think they've got fishing contests, and I think there's going to be some boat races as well. So if you enjoy taking part in that kind of side of community events, their game is going to be run and prizes to be won. But yeah, there is an awful lot more to this deed than just the imping buildings, and if you've got some time while you're here, even if you're not taking part in the scavenger hunt, it is well worth having a proper explore, because this is a really very characterful deed. It is right up my alley. It's like it's sort of lots of quirky little buildings nestled together, very, very well, like densely decorated, shops and little winding alleys and all kinds of cool stuff here. And there are actually functional shops around as well. There's like a temporary market that's popped up, so there are merchants in some of these pavilions from various players who've had kind of like pop-up shops here. There's also some pop-up shops in some of the buildings over here. And there's everything from like sort of Sid, as you can see, has set up a beautiful dye shop here. Although I don't think Sid is around in local at this particular moment, but will be on and off across the weekend, I'm sure. So if you've ever wanted to go and see what Sid's massive array of dyes actually look like in the flesh, this is a really good opportunity to just come and kind of like get eyes on some of those dyes, what they actually look like in person. One of these ones here, where are we, is going to be one of my most used ones of late. My my pirate Crim outfit, which is all painted in blue. My rare chain is all Dodger blue, which is one of the ones that I've gotten from Sid. Although I'm struggling to find a Dodger blue here at the moment, but I do have a lot of these already. And if I catch Sid online while I'm around at there we go. There's my Dodger blue. If I catch Sid around when I'm here at some point this weekend, I will absolutely be going home with more Sid dyes, because I never have enough. But yeah, there's lots of really lovely little like quirky shops and things tucked away in the back alleys, and some of them are not shops but are just really nice little thematically decorated spaces. There's a little bookshop tucked away around here somewhere, and if anybody has never visited this place before, or doesn't know Seri so well in game, Seriphina, who is one of the staff running this, is a bookbinding fiend. She got me into papyrus making about this time last year, and is the reason that I have been slowly accruing a library of books, and I'm carrying some of them to Imp while I'm here, slowly gathering titles and things. But you will find books are a big feature on this deed. And on Seri's deed, just to the north, Dragonwyck. She's got a fully functional library there. But as you can see, like you could totally get lost in this little like rabbit warren of shops and things. But it's a really cool and lovely experience. We've got a little tea shop over here, for example. Very fond of this one. Pretty sure I made off with quite a lot of painted cups from this shop last year. If you're into your kind of your pottery items. Nice high quality ones of those. And I can't find the little bookshop now, but I wandered past it earlier and it was adorable. I'm sure we will come by it on stream. The Littlest Pet Shop. I think this is super sweet. Look at this. I love this as an idea. All your little pet bowls and everything. Super. I love it. I kind of now want a little pet shop. But yeah, so there's lots of things here I think to take kind of inspiration from if you're somebody who enjoys like really nicely decorated deeds, really kind of thoughtful deed design. Oh, is it here? Here we go. Here you go. Little bookshop. Look at that. Adorable. And so nicely color coordinated as well. And also, look what Seriphina's been up to, because she mentioned this on stream, on one of my streams, I think maybe last week. I missed the comment at the time, but she told me that she had been experimenting with size runes on books, and I am all over that. Look at that. It hadn't even occurred to me to make use of size runes to make my bookshelves more interesting, but I'm absolutely... I was going to say I'm going to take a leaf out of her book, but that would have been a pun and that would have been terrible of me. I'm absolutely going to be playing with size runes as well, because this is great. And Seriphina is full of wonderful ideas about things to do with books. which is why I really, really enjoy all of the ways that they are used in these places. And if you're over here and you ask Seri nicely, I don't think you even have to ask her nicely, you just have to catch her with a bit of time in local. She will take people over to see her library. I think she's got a fully functional library over on Dragonwyck, which she took me over to see last time, and a bunch of other people. So if you want to get whisked away, find yourself in book heaven, try and find Seriphina in one of her quieter moments. Moomix, do they have stories inside? I don't know if they do in the bookshop, but I know in Seriphina's library some of them, have got contents as well. And I know I said this before a couple of streams ago, but both Seri and I would really, really love to be able to sell books like on a merchant just for charm. But at the moment we can't. You can't put items on a merchant that are open containers effectively. Who's calling things names? Maduna, you swearing at your own wounds. You can't sell open containers on merchants. So you can sell things like sealed barrels and jars of things, but a book can't be sealed. So it's technically an open container, which means you can't sell a book with pages in it on a merchant, which seems like a real shame. So I would very much like there to be a way for you to sort of be able to like seal books or something so that you could sell completed books on merchants. But yeah, Seriphina's library does have some books in it that have got contents as well, and a whole load more with just really, really quirky, funny, interesting titles, and of course all beautifully dyed. So if I get an opportunity to later, it depends how busy Seri is, I might either get a ride over there or I might actually wander over to Dragonwyck and show you that deed as well, because that's also got a really quirky like little kind of, it's a market village. We could maybe have a peek in her library, but we'll see how we get on. But yeah, there is loads here to see. So even if you don't feel like you need anything imped up, maybe just come and hang out for a day or two over the weekend, explore this lovely deed, play some of the games, and hang out. Memers, yeah. So you could do it that way. It's not quite the same though, is it, as getting to like browse all of the titles in the merchant's inventory and then like, you know, make off with your book. But yeah, there would be ways around it if they don't ever change it. How long do books made in good QL survive? So yeah, they do take some decay. I mean, they don't decay that fast. I wouldn't be able to show you the QL of the books on the shelves here, but for example, like I've had books that are sitting at, I don't know, 10 or 20 QL that I have not yet imped up at creation quality effectively on my shelves in Bramblesheim for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months that had only taken a couple of damage. When I get if you get your books imped up to about, say, I don't know, 50 quality, they will last quite a good long time. And the point is that the books take damage so that their contents don't. So as long as you are sort of going and repairing them, it is a little bit of work, particularly if you've got books scattered kind of like all over your deed. If you have them all concentrated onto sort of like a couple of bookshelves or a little library, like Seri and I do, it's not such a burden to go repairing them all. But they will last a good while. Like they're you know, they're not decaying in a matter of weeks or even months really. As long as they're not sort of, you know, below 10 QL, they should do you for quite a while if you remember to imp them up and if you if you remember to repair them. But if you imp them up a little bit more than that, you know, you could probably just go around repairing them maybe once a year, possibly even longer. I've never had a book decay entirely. I don't think I've ever found any of my books over sort of, I don't know, 20 damage, but most below that. And I'm only an intermittent repairer, so it's a little bit of a faff, like anything that you want to decorate with, which strictly isn't decoration. And I do kind of wish that they would add a function to something like bookshelves, where if you actually put books in bookshelves, I don't know, they were protected from decay or had reduced decay, just to reduce that burden a little bit. I would also like it if you could fit more books on bookshelves, because the item limits on tall and normal bookshelves do not allow you to fully fill the shelves. But there's ways around that as well, actually. I wonder if I can show you how. Because I have done this at Bramblesheim, and I know I keep promising to do at some point to do a kind of how to ways to decorate stuff kind of stream. But so for shelves like this, for example, I don't know if she's done it here or if these are at their limit. I don't think she has. So, I mean, that's quite a goodly amount of books that you can fit on a tall bookshelf, particularly if you're filling some of the space by turning them. But if you want denser shelves than your item limit on these shelves will allow, you can just nest multiple bookshelves on top of one another. And that's a way to do it. And the way to make it really, really easy to slot the books in from one another is you'd sort of limit them to sort of one bookshelf. You'd have like the lower shelf filled, and maybe like the top pockets, and then your other one, you'd have the middle ones filled, so that it's easier to know which one you're placing them on. But you can nest them pretty much directly over the top of one another to get that kind of filled bookshelf look if the item limit is upsetting you. You want a decorating stream, do you, Mimus? Yeah, I will do one at some point. I would do one at some point. I will do one at some point soon as well. I just need to have a little bit of a think about how to approach it. Oh, look at that lingonberry wood. So gorgeous on fine furniture. I'm a lingonberry girl all over. But yeah, it's something I just need to do a little bit of thinking about how best to do it. Whether I wait until I am decorating a new space and do it that way, or whether I sort of clear out space to decorate, or just kind of take an opportunity to go around some decorated spaces, explaining and showing examples of stuff. But yeah, we will get one of those in soon. Right, just bear with me a second to just go and catch up on chat, because I know I've been wittering away for a little while. And I have undoubtedly missed things, as I always do. I'm also going to take a drink before somebody shouts at me to remind me. So, where were we? Oh, is it a trebuchet, not a catapult? What? I thought we said it was a catapult. Okay, no, sorry, it's a trebuchet on the roof. Mimix was very, very disappointed that we got it the wrong way round earlier. My problem is it's mostly like the ballista that I see in game. Is it? Yeah, I guess it is a trebuchet, isn't it? Anyway, what else have I missed? Oh, Madune, you did in fact tell me that you were pounding crews with cheese. Are you still pounding each other? Or have it, oh no, I see we've got barrels now. Red Dragon and Nick Wolf. Oh, what? I mean, I wouldn't want to be hit with a statue with a crab. Picnic basket's quite a fun one, though. So I missed it, Madune. Who won? Who won in your sparring match? Oh, or have you not? Are you guys still going, or have you stopped and started again? Because I see that the cheese wheels are still in hand. Mumix, filling my inventory with moss. If you make a rare fireplace, it's not going to be for me. Do you know what? I've been blessed with rare fireplaces. I've got quite a collection of them now. Which isn't to say that I don't still acquire more sometimes when I come across them. But I do like me a rare fireplace. Myra says something about how my inventory is already where three moss was weighing me down. In my defence, I am carrying about 12 kilos of books at the moment. But I'm not carrying much else besides... well, I say not much else. I carry all of my tools all of the time. So it is rare that I am at my full speed. There you go. My weight is currently 123. So it's rare for me to be at my 100% speed movement. Because I'm forgetful. If I put things down, I won't have them when I need them. If they're out of sight, they're out of mind. Sometimes I forget where I put them, so I just end up carrying like almost everything. But thankfully, it's not often that I have to go running away from things in a hurry. It just means that when I'm traveling with people, I'm sometimes a little bit slower than them. Right, what else? Somebody was disguised... Wait, who was disguised as a... When were you disguised as a goblin, Mumix? Just gonna put a lot of boys in there. I don't know when that comment was, but... Movements. Thinking since the Southern Freedom Isles has been around so long, something like books could be really old now. I mean, yeah, I mean, it undoubtedly there are some books that have decayed somewhere. But as I say, I don't think they decay at such a rate that you're going to see them dropping off left, right, and centre. I would say that my backpacks, for example, probably decay faster than my books, but that might be a little bit misleading because I can never be bothered to imp up my backpacks and satchels. And I'm sure everybody who has been in the game for any amount of time has logged in at some point to something like a load of frags scattered on the floor where a backpack has burst or something like that, which is why I moved to pet bowls, because they do not need the same amount of maintenance as backpacks. But books, at least, it's quite easy to go on a repair run, because if you've got them all nicely lined up, you literally just have to stand in front of your shelves for a few minutes, just working your way along them. Get yourself some repairing skill. Which is the nice thing about really densely decorated deeds. You've got plenty of opportunity to just stick your sleep bonus on and go, thinking up your repair skill. Moomix, you found a book in an LMC in a house that had just fallen, in a just fallen deed that was missing a page. A catapult has a winch. I can't see if it's got a winch from here. Oh, Moomin the bodybuilder. Right, there we go. Almost caught up. Moomix, you almost killed yourself for a skull, but you didn't in the end. I'd like to see you try. Clearly, I do need to do more bodybuilding. Yes, I do not have super high body skills, but then I don't tend to skill anything on purpose. So, unsurprisingly, perhaps my highest one by some margin is mind logic, because I do quite a lot of, incidentally, just do quite a lot of the skills which also give you mind logic. So I've got a good amount of actions, but my body strength is not yet approaching 50. So that's the Mardi Gras Impalong. If anybody sees any yellow text in local, give me a shout, because it's possible that we will get another visit from a GM at some point this evening. But for now, what shall we do? What shall we do? Oh, I'll tell you what, I will go and show you where the arena is as well, because you know me, I like an arena. Mostly I like rescuing creatures out of arenas. And because we were streaming when the arena kicked off yesterday, there was only one rescue. Ruffle rescued it for me. We got a Roland rat, which Calvert was very disappointed to find I didn't already have one of in the park. And Pom spawned us some yesterday, so Ruffle came running out with a Roland rat for me. Hey, Barfoot. So this is the arena just over here. This is more deadly than the kind of arenas that you might be used to. A lot of arenas at other Impalongs and things, they've got safety pens, they've got all kinds of features to make it a little bit less deadly, whereas this one tends to have features to make it a bit more deadly, but I think it's in its transition stage at the moment. So despite all of the thorns outside, if you were here right at the beginning of the stream and you saw the loading screen or the warm-up, you'll have seen that up until just a little bit earlier today, this was covered in moss, which is really slow going, and sort of like trees obscuring your view and gravestones everywhere. And this is, I understand, going to change every day, so the challenges will change every day. So I'm yet to see what this evening's one is going to be like. Or in fact, I don't know. Maybe that is this evening's one, but it might be in its transition stages. So the arena is made to be trixier than usual over here. The party path. I've only just seen that. And you've got your campground down over there, which is quite readily accessible. Whether or not you've brought a horse, it will be a little bit quicker to travel to and fro if you've got a horse with you, but you're really not going to be penalised if you don't. It's not such a big deed that you're really going to suffer without one, unless you're trying to haul a whole load of stuff around. So campground down over there. And I think there is a bridge also set up over to Dragonwyck, so even if you get dropped off here or summoned here and don't come in a boat, you could still go and visit Dragonwyck, Seris Deed, just to the north, by bridge. I like that. There's a little ticket office. That's cute. Ooh, Carton Wagon Imps. Wait, Carton Wagon Imps. Where? Where? Carton Wagon Imps. What, like on the moss? Who knows? I mean, I'm sure somebody knows. Maybe somebody will tell us. But yeah, so one of the new things for this year, which was not here last year, so I have not done before, was the Pirate Maze. So I might go and have a peek at that. I think I've now kind of like snuck in through a back door route, so I'm just rooting around, sort of, you know, behind the deed, not the main way through. Will it let me through this door? Yeah. Here we go. Back into the main building. Ah, with all those happy imping sounds. We've had some items read already this Impalong. And a couple of items shattered, although I think it was mostly people shattering their own. Carton Wagon Imp near the main marble house to the right of the entrance. Thanks, Barfoot. After the bridge behind the Imp building. Great. Good. I'm glad you folks know stuff that I don't. There's a pizza place here somewhere as well, so you can get fed, you can get watered. There is a pub. There's, as I said, there are some player-run like little pop-up shops. Rock Lobster has got a ridiculous amount of rares for sale. I think it's this one. Look at this. Somebody has been spamming pickaxes for a rarer than rare one, evidently. So there are lots of things to buy. And I've had a little nosy around the shops, but I haven't had a proper run through yet. I might do a little bit of nosying later. You got a spare wild horse for me if I eat? Thank you, Barfoot. I'm okay at the moment because I'm about to go into the maze. But I might take you up on that later if there's still one wandering about. And if you take part in the scavenger hunt, which, as I say, I've already done, the kickoff for it is up in the imping building here in one of the side rooms on the ground floor. There is a cart where you can pick up your book, your pen, your ink, and there are signs there telling you how the scavenger hunt works, how to take part, and giving you the first clue. And then the scavenger hunt will have you exploring this whole deed thoroughly to try and find all of the clues to submit. Yeah. And it'll give you kind of like a good tour of the deed and some of the things in it, but you know, it will by no means cover all of it. So as I say, it's worth setting aside a bit of time to just have a proper explore. But this is the new one for this year, so the Pirate Maze, and I don't know what kind of a maze it is. I don't know if it's more clues. So here we go. Open Saturday through to Monday. You have to take a chit and put your name on it and leave it in the chest. Yeah, I would abandon the horse in their fast. Hi, Seri. There you go. So Seri's in chat as well. Seri is one of the event organisers. But I think, I don't know, what I don't want to do is go and do one of these things and then just kind of spoiler it all for you guys. But on the other hand, I am not so competent at these things that I'm going to be able to show you a very swift, fast and straightforward way through. So maybe I should just try and puzzle it out and you guys can help me if I get stuck. There we go. There's Ballista up there. So if that's a trebuchet, is there a catapult anywhere that we can look at? Catapults. So I think a catapult's the ones with like the big kind of, they look like they got like big spoon arms. Is that the catapult? If that one's the trebuchet? Yeah, maybe. You haven't done it yet, Mumix. Well, maybe you want to just like not look too closely. Or you could come and do it with me right now. If you're not in the middle of imping some stuff, you could come and do the maze now, since you're here. I don't know. Ruffle and Magine were trying to do it earlier. Catapult in the beer garden, maybe. Oh no, we thought that was a trebuchet. Oh no, I'm so confused. Okay, Mumix, yeah, come and join me now. If anybody else is here and hasn't done the Pirate Maze yet and wants to come and do it in company, by all means do come and join me. I think Madoon and Ruffle were in there earlier, but I don't know if they managed to complete it. Ah, it is a trebuchet. I'm not a war machine gal either, Seriphina. I mean, yeah, I'm not a war gamer. I feel like I should know. I should know better than I do, but So if anybody else is on Deed wants to come join me, I'm just going to hover here for like a minute, and then I'm going to go and try and puzzle my way through. The people who are coming through with me may well get through a lot faster than me, because they are hopefully not going to be trying to do 5 things at once, and we know how easily I am distracted and how easily I grasshopper. Mumix, you've read so many books about medieval times and technology. Is that just for like, for interest's sake, for like hobby, or is it I don't know, related to something that you do in the real world, just for fun? You would think that like my D&D years would make me more familiar with medieval. Well, I'm quite familiar with medieval weaponry, in fairness, maybe just not medieval war machines and things. But the sun's up high, so I don't know if we're going to need to be... I don't know if we're indoors or outdoors for this one. But, you know, if the sun's gone down by the time we come back out, maybe maybe I won't have done so well. But we shall see, I guess. So, where have I lost Mumix? Where'd you go? There you are. Right, I'm going to go in. Anything history or mythology related. So I'm big into mythology and folklore. I've got a good couple of shelves jam-packed full of folklore and mythology stuff. So that is my jam. I've also got quite a lot of sort of Anglo-Saxon stuff and particular periods of history, but clearly my War Machines stuff is missing. So I don't know. I kind of don't know what at all to expect in here, but I guess we're going to find out. And if I get stuck in here, we're just going to spend the rest of the stream in here trying to figure it out. Sorry, guys. God, you slapped a man trap. Wait. Oh! That I just walked right over. That's how observant I am. Do you know what? There are a whole lot of traps in this game, which I realised the other day I almost never see. So it's quite nice to see some of them used as deco, and I'm glad that I'm not a PvPer, because my observation skills would get me killed so fast. So fast. When you have to give a fun fact about yourself, you say you've forgotten more about mythology than most people learn in their lifetime. I mean, that's technically true, Bun. I suppose. But I am pretty sure that it would not discriminate if I were on a PvP server right now. We've got some siege shields over here. What? Wait, why are the backpacks? Why is one of the backpacks? Is this going to be a clues kind of a maze? I suppose I should actually get to the... Ooh, what's this? Okay, it's going to be a clues kind of a maze. So, 10 clues to find, Mumix. Okay, good. So, what do we do with the clues when we find them? Is there some instructions that I have not yet gotten to that's going to tell me? Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I have learned from other things, like the scavenger hunt, is that my memory is poor. And if I walk away thinking I will remember the details, I invariably won't. So I'm going to make myself notes as I go to give me some chance of actually figuring my way through stuff without just misremembering some clues. So let's just make a copy of that. Right. So, Day of the Ant. Fire Starfall, 1040. Something about a madman's scheme and a fleet at the bottom. Ooh, sunken ships. Nice. Including our pride, the Lady of the Lake. Oh, scallywags. Now that's a word that does not get used enough. There's a lot of pirate-themed stuff at this deed as well. There's some super kind of like seedy back alley bars and thematic stuff around here that anybody will enjoy if you're into your pirate stuff. Losing Captain Wesley stings. Yeah, you see, I have no... How far away from it can I walk without window closing? Will that stay open indefinitely? Can I just keep my clues open as I go? Maybe I can. Maybe I can. So what's going to be tricky is to know, like, what's decoration and what I need to be paying attention to. Mumix is probably already several clues through. And here's me just, like, slowly going, checking all of the things. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a proper warren, isn't it? Look at it. I love it. I love it. You wanted to make your deed pirate-themed Moomix. Now they're going to think you stole it. I don't think they're going to think that you stole the idea from them. I think there's probably quite a lot of pirate-themed things in Wurm. I really like, you know what? I also like this kind of, like, is this hide? Yeah, look at that. See, so all of this, these are almost acting kind of like barricades to obscure stuff, because you can't cross through there, but there is a gate that you can cross through just there. Moomix is waving at me from somewhere. Oh, there you are. So look at that. There's like a sneaky way through and round. And oh my god, there would be so many things to pay attention to here. So, 10 clues. A siege shield blocks passage. So it acts as a physical barrier. Well, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Like, that would make sense, I suppose, when you think about it. Again, you don't often see siege shields on PvE servers. So there's clue 2. Haven't yet figured out what I need to do with all the clues, but I'm going to collect them as I find them anyway, because I might not be able to find them again. So, the Lady Sunk started a fresh journal. Trader caught up and brought tidings of a new land, Xanadu. So, that's clue number 2. Let's just pop that over there. Now, some of these, I imagine, are going to be tucked in things, and some of them are going to be visible like that. So I might put my observation skills to the test. But let's carry on. This is going to be one of those things that I think I would definitely have managed better were I not on stream. But we'll see. We'll see how I do. Meet. It's also hard to tell with things like this what's a clue and what's a red herring, right? Like where things are spelled a certain way or labelled a certain way. Like how much of this is red herrings? Probably quite a lot of it. How good is poor Crim's brain going to be at determining which ones are and which ones are not? Which ones are just kind of like incidental things? Oh, what's this? What's this? Page 3. Woohoo! Page 3. It's a good thing Calvert's not here. So, right, let's just save that one somewhere. I'm a little bit paranoid that my clues are going to close themselves when I get too far away. Oh, who's bok chucking at me? I missed it. So, the cursed Jen Kellen. They missed an N on the Jen Kellen. The cursed Jen Kellen rogues figured out that we used their colours as a ruse. Somebody squealed on us. Down to 4 scurvy corbitas. Signed Captain Placeholder. I've only just noticed that. That's cute. Okay, so 3 clues. 3 clues so far, although I'm not sure what to do with them, except that I need to get a chit by the time I get to the end. I hope that no trolls have died in the making of this. What am I talking about? I hope that loads of trolls have died in the making of this. So, what have we got here? Unfinished stuff. So, it looks like all of the clues that I need to find are actually going to be on papyrus rather than relabeled items. That is good to know. It means that I don't need to, hopefully, do quite as much concentrating on the stuff I'm mousing over and finding. So is that what... Yeah, that's what Moomix was talking about. So a siege shield does in fact block passage. Not Seris sled. But it doesn't prevent us from looking inside stuff through siege shields. Don't know if that's going to be relevant or not, but now you know. Fishing rod rack over there. So we've got another passageway down there. Let's have a look in this building. Ooh. Ha! There's page 4. Do you know what? This is not... I don't want to get cocky and be like, okay, this is not being quite as terrible as I was afraid it was going to be. Because as soon as I say that, inevitably, it's all then going to start getting a whole lot harder. But what I haven't done is let me just... Still paranoid. Let me just copy that one down. So, Marshy Isle off the mainland. That is, of course, assuming that these are, in fact, the clues and not just, like, not just pages of a journal, and maybe the clues are something else entirely. Mimix, you skipped from 3 to 6. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. If you don't watch the stream, Mimix, then hopefully you won't see precisely where things are, so that you can then go and find them. Right. So I was going to have a look in this building first. Oh, which is thankfully just one tile. I hope that somewhere in here we've got a secret passage, because you know me, I love me a secret passage. Let me just, whoops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, wait. Why is there a little building of just, like, empty? Is it thematic? Is it an emptied armory? Pirate crafting. Yeah, I like secret passages and hidden things, so this is actually kind of right up my alley, and I really like the kind of the clever blocking of paths and things. Speaking of which, that there is a way I cannot get through. That is a fence. So, where do I go next from here? Well, oh wait, so it's a fence gate. Let me just check that that is, in fact, not possible, rather than just lagging. It is locked. Okay, so can't get through there. Don't appear to be able to get through here. Obviously can't get through there. That's a gate that I have to an area that I've already been through. We can't get up there because of the siege shield. Oh, wait, hang on. Did I already go down here? No, I didn't. Okay, so... Oh, no, because that's where the gate is. Oh, poor brain. Can't get past the cedar hedge. Is there something hidden in here that I've missed? Nope, that's all walls. Walls and walls. It would be typical, wouldn't it, if I said, oh, I love me a secret passage. I hope there are secret passages, having already walked right past one. So that brings me back out here. Pirate crafting. What about... Ooh, there's a ladder. Okay, come back to that in a second. So I'm pretty sure that I've already looked in these, I think. Oh, there's a ladder there as well. Well, I certainly missed ladders. So, let's go and have a look-see. What's up one of these? Whoop. Ah, a bow trap. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before either. You know what? I'm not going to get into trouble here, so I'm actually just going to unequip my axe so that it's not quite so much in the way. I like that with a little, like, trigger. That's cute. Let's have a look. Nothing in the cupboard. What about in any of these? Smelter made for a quest. Got kilns, we've got forges. Oh, so many things to open and look at. Now have I just missed it? But there was another set of, there was another ladder coming up, wasn't there? Have I already crossed over where the other ladder came up, or does that go to somewhere else? Don't think I have. Ooh, there's also a way down. I'm going to get so lost here, guys. On the plus side, I don't seem to be able to pass that gate, so that limits the directions that I can go. Ooh! Oh, look at that. That's taken damage already. Right, number 5. Ba-ba-ba. Lucky that I looked. Oh, we built a stout fort from the wreckage of our ships. Found a crewman dead on the tundra. Frozen in fright. Something sinister. I like this. I like this. This is being good fun. Well done, Seri, or whoever made this. Seri says, I wonder if he's crouched down or something. Such a clever sneak. Wait, what? Are there clues happening in local for something that I've missed? Oh, no. I'm missing something fun going on in local. Spacey. Spacey doing it. Cool. Cool. Well done, Spacey. So I'm just going to scroll back up for anybody who's in local to just see what it is that we are missing. I see. Okay. Nirav is missing and must be found, and Seri's giving out clues. Obviously, we cannot participate in hide and seek right now because we are in the midst of of a maze. But right, I'm going to carry on. So I came up there, right, and there was another route up from that building. I think kind of over there-ish. So I'll keep an eye out for that. Spacey did the maze, hide and seek in local. Cool. I think I've opened all of those, but none of these are openings yet. Ah, there we go. I think that is the other opening. But let's just go down and double check, just to be sure. Yes. Yes, indeed. So we've now checked out both of those. They both go to the same place. Let's carry on. Oh! A caravel. A caravel part built. I really like the part built ship models as well. Like, if you even if you're not a shipbuilder, if you want some kind of like visual interest on your deed, a shipbuilding yard, and just start building something like a caravel, and you get a lovely big kind of model that you never need to do more than like 2 items on. So we're gonna have to drop off there presumably. I just want to make sure that there's nothing up here that I'm gonna regret not looking at first, should I jump. But I don't think we've got...
What is?
Hello, Ruffle. Are you feeling a little bit better now? I'm attempting the pirate maze, and I'm up to clue 5 so far. I'm fairly sure that there was no other way for me to go, so I think I am good to jump down.
Ooh, what is?
Whee! Little clue for anybody who isn't used to trying to platform in Wurm, by the way.
Hello, how are you?
Although you will take damage, hi Mumix. Although you will take damage if you jump straight off the first floor. If you kind of edge up to the edge and just kind of drop gently off, you can usually avoid it for a 1-story drop. For higher than that, you will always take damage. But it can be avoided on a 1-story drop if you do it gently. Do it just right. You want to kind of just edge your way over it. There's number 6. If anybody hasn't done this yet and is watching along in chat and don't want to spoil yourself, maybe just listen but don't look too closely, or I find where things are. Let's just copy that across. Hopefully I'm not going to actually need to have copied down all of these clues, but just in case. So number 6. Disaster, 2 more lads are dead, including Jacko the carpenter. Right. Let's have a look inside as well. Do you know what? I was looking at the ship models the other day as well to try and figure out whether any of them were tall enough and broad enough that you could actually hide a whole building in the ship. And I think I didn't actually look at unfinished ship models like this because you might be able to do something in this, but I think the problem with an unfinished one is it's even higher up off the floor, whereas a finished ship on land sits a little bit lower down. And I think you could maybe get a 1x2 or possibly a 1x3 hidden in a cog, but I think a cog is the only one that you could hide any kind of a building in that's more than 1 tile, but I haven't actually tested it. It might actually not be possible, and that's because the cog's got a higher profile in the cabin bit. Mostly because I just really like the idea of sort of like, I don't know, a ship-based building. Unfortunately, when you step inside an unfinished model like this, you don't get to see sort of like the insides intact while you're in it. So I suppose it would have limited work, limited ability to do cool things with. Is your sore throat any better, Ruffle? You don't have to apologise for being late to stream at all. It's lovely to see you back, and I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Okay, so this is presumably... Can we pass any of this? There's a portcullis there, which also does not seem to be opening for us. We don't seem to be able to pass this gate. But I can see more things out here, so can we get out and round somewhere along here, maybe? Is that a gate? There we go. That's our way out. So where do we find ourselves now? There's a scythe trap. Looking pretty vicious. Oh no, you feel worse. I'm so sorry to hear it. Mima's, you struggling as well? Didn't have a good night's sleep last night. Do you know what? I slept. I had a kind of a bitty sleep last night, which is why I ended up taking a nap earlier. And I am not somebody who generally naps. Not because I can't nap. I'm perfectly capable of napping, but because I tend to wake up from naps really grumpy, and like my temperature's off, and I'm dehydrated. Which reminds me, I'm going to drink something. You were awake at 4:30 this morning. Ouch. I went to bed at I think about 3:30 this morning, which is probably why I didn't have a great night's sleep. On balance. Trouble is, after I stream, even if like I tire myself out streaming, it takes me at least an hour, sometimes a bit more, to properly wind down after a stream. So when we stream and we wrap up at like 1:30 in the morning, it's rare that I'm in bed before 3. But thankfully I didn't have too much else to do with my weekend, so it's been a relatively relaxed one, and I was able to do a little bit of napping earlier, and I didn't wake up too grumpy. So I was lucky. But 9 times out of 10, I will wake up from a nap the grumpiest person that you ever met. Is that a door we can get through? Yeah, it is. Look at that. That was meant to make you not approach the door. So maybe that's the way we go next. But first, let's have a proper look around. Got a corrosive trap down there. Lots and lots of unfinished things, but I don't think there's any openables. Oh, this gate also opens. Oh no, am I going to have too many ways I can go? So we came out there. I can go through there. I can also go through there. Let me just have a look in that one. That doesn't have anything. Does this door open? It does not. And how about this? This gate also does not open. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen an unfinished epic portal. Have we already been down there? I don't know. You need to come and do your 3rd attempt at the maze. Well, I'm up to clue 6 now. I found all of them up to 6 so far, so I haven't missed any yet. So if you come and catch up, you're welcome to potter around with me if you want. Moomix is also here making their way through the maze. You shouldn't have licked Ruffle so much while she was AFK. Yeah, well, might have cursed yourself with a sore throat as well now, Moomix. But yeah, Moomix is I think also still making their way around the maze, unless they've already made their way back out the other side. So maybe a good time to come and do it while a few of us are pottering around. Ooh, look at that rug. Right, so I had 2 ways forward, didn't I? So I can go in a building. Let me just poke my head in and see if there is a way back out of here before I carry on. Can't go up there. Can't go up there. That is not hiding a door. That is not hiding a door. I think this is self-contained, so I can do this room first, and then I can go on to the other bit. Maybe. Maybe. Right. No hidden doors. No ladders? Does this one open? It does not. Right, cool. So, we're going to have a look around in here, although there shouldn't be anything clue-related that could be stored in bulk storage. Ooh, a pole trap. God, do you know what? These are really nice, like, thematic things, aren't they? I think we should make more use of traps and things than we do in decoration. Little willow chest down there. Fora could absolutely have things in them, so let's just have a quick peek. I think we're good. More racks. Ooh, look at that. What? Why is it possible? Oh, I was trying to work out why it was possible to see through the bottom of that, but I think it's because this is in fact laid planks rather than a wooden plank floor. And laid planks sit lower because they're effectively paving, which is what therefore allows you to sort of like You've almost got like a little air vent under the jetty just there. Pottering around. Hello, Yups. Lovely to see you. I've got my, in and among the books that I've got in my inventory with me, I'm pretty sure I've got my Yups one with me. I did try and bring them for all the people that I thought might be here. There we go. We got Yups Pottery Primper Supreme. Is one of the books that I've been quietly imping away. I did add a bunch of extra books to the collection as well because we were having a good chat earlier, so we've got some new editions already this event. We got, here we go, Panda Guards Greet with Open Arms. That was from yesterday's stream. Lick it to make it yours. Pretty sure that was a Madoon comment earlier. We've got Mumix the Menace Strikes Again. Thick it was tickles with sickles. Tall Tales of a Tattletale, Blow Raspberries Up for Foe. Nally Snails into the Sunset in her snail boat. Who doesn't prefer a bear behind? Don't take a shark to a Crim fight. And Cannibal Crim has friends for dins. So, but I've still got a few books left, so there are more yet to be named. So, I haven't found... oh, wait, hang on. I haven't looked in here. Sealed. Those are empty. I haven't found anything in here, which makes me suspicious. Is this whole room a red herring, or have I missed something? Let's make sure there isn't anything tucked under anything. I think this whole room might be a red herring, but if I get really stuck, I will come back here and look again, I guess. Right, so, done that one. Where was the other place we could go? Through here. Oh, look at the doggos. See, why is one of them named? I'm terrified that I'm gonna like get to the end and then they're gonna be like, right, tell us the 10 code words for the clues, and I'm gonna be like, I've been mousing over all these things, not knowing that I needed to pay attention. We'll see. Okay, plant a rack there. We've got another scythe trap over there. Blue dog tester. I do like the little dog statues. Random barrel rack. An unfinished wagon. So that building opens. And presumably this is a gate that we... Oh no, we can get past this one. Uh-oh. So once again, we've got 2 ways forward. 2 ways forward. Ah, GM's here. Thanks, Cruz. I had not seen. We've got Confucius in local, which means if there isn't already, there might be some action in the arena soon. So we had 2 ways forward. We can carry on through this way to another unfinished ship, but also there was a building that we could go in there, so I'm just going to have a little nosy around here. I always want to be able to climb these things. I'm always sad that you can't. Let's just have a peek. Oh, there's a gate that opens there. You know what? I think this is going to be the way forward, and I'm reluctant to go too far. Where did I come through? Here. So I'm just going to double back. Oh, GM was here on other business, maybe. You got clue 3, Ruffle. So, which building opened? It was this one. Yeah, right. I'm going to go and have a look in this building first. Oh my god, and this has got ways up and round as well. This is where I get lost. Let's do it methodically. Ground floor first, she says. There are so many ways up. I like this little kind of, I mean, this is a donut house design, and we see this quite a lot, but I quite like this sort of, like the use of portcullises for this sort of little garden bit in the centre. That's nice. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. You've missed 4. Okay. I couldn't even tell you where 4 was now, because I've come so far along. But I had been finding them in order so far, so what am I? So I'm up to 6. If I find 8, I know I'm going to need to backtrack, because they do seem to be relatively orderly. Wait, hang on. I was being methodical, wasn't I? So let me just finish my route. That door does not open. Nothing in there. So we've got a couple of ladders up. That's the door we came in, right? Yes. We've got a couple of ladders up and some stairs up. And I've opened 2 lots of stairs up, and I've opened all of the containers that I can down here. So next question is all of this upper stuff connected to one another? If I'm lucky, it will be. Oh, that door does not open. Right, we have got separate sections. So that's 2 of the stairs and 1 of the ladders comes up into this bit. But that door does open. Okay. And that's another opening. So I think all of those openings do in fact come up to the same section. And we can't access that from below, whatever that. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's a section of the building in there that I can't access. But I don't think I can access it from below anyway. So maybe I don't need to at all. Right. So things that we can look at up here. We came up those stairs. We can't go through that door. Can't open bookshelves. So let's carry on round. Nothing in there. Can you not open up bedside tables? Really? Wow. I always assumed that you could. Clue 7! What do you mean I'm too far away? Right. Clue number 7. Ba-ba-bam. Which is good, it means I haven't yet missed one. Bloodstains obscure the text. Something unnatural stalks us. Ooh. I like how this is, started off as sort of like, pirate adventure, pirate misadventure, and is turning into a horror story. We're going through a genre shift as we move through the building. I like that, that's cool. And we can't get through there. So I think that's it for this building. Then we go back down and out and we carry on the other route. Which I saw and didn't want to go too far along before. Oh, I totally missed the knife trap. Right there. Look at it. Look at all those little knives strapped to it. That's awesome. That's awesome. I must remember to tell Spacey how much I enjoyed this one to get back out the other side, because I'm enjoying this a lot. Right, okay, so we can get through here. Pretty sure? Yes, there we go. Then from here, we can't get through that palisade gate. But there was a way that opened somewhere through here, right? So that's a hedge that we can't get through. Missing pages is not a big deal. Don't have to do it again. Okay. Wait. No, we lost that when place happened. What? Oh, you just found 4, Ruffle. Well done. Okay, so are the pages just like kind of, context as you go through? So I think the only way forward now, because that's a barred wall, is here. Just make sure there isn't anything in that ship. There isn't, so carrying on through. Wait. I thought one of these palisade gates. One of these was a palisade gate, right? Is it this one? There we go. Okay. Right. Wait. Why? Oh no, I'm out the other side. Am I not meant to be out the other side? Was that a wrong turn? Oh, can we get back in this side? No. Palisade. There isn't a way back in there, so maybe it just gives you an escape partway through. That's an exit. Okay. Bedside tables. They did used to be a container until they added the place feature. I see. Okay, so but the question is like, what? There's now so many places I could go from here. So there is a door back there, which I will go and check in a minute. But am I supposed to have come another way round? Oh my god. Right. Well, the other door also led into this building, so if they connect up, I'll be all right. But we'll see. Yeah. Okay. So that's the door that I would have come through immediately after I came out of the palisade gate. Am I still in the maze, or am I now outside of it? Okay, so I am now completely outside the maze. This is not part of the maze, right? So let's whoop. And is that also back into somewhere else entirely? Yes. Okay. Right, so if I get back in the maze, where was I supposed to go next then? Oh, wait, hang on. Does that gate also open? No. Is that a gate? No, that's not a gate. I've already been in that building. Did I miss a way through that building then? Maybe I did. Messel. Oh, Mumix, you found Ruffle. Messel. So maybe I need to go back the way that I came before, because I'm not seeing another way out from this section. Right? Because there wasn't a way up anywhere into this building, and I came from through there. I don't think that there was another way out through there. Oh. Ooh. I wasn't able to get through there though, right? Is that the section of the pirates, the captain's quarters that I couldn't get to? There's also some stuff up there. How do I get up there? See, okay. So there's a bridge across from up there. Did I miss on the upper floor? You got them all. Well done, Mumix. Did I miss on the upper floor a way to go up again? Let's have a look-see. Couldn't get through there. Yes, I did. It's right there. Right there. I just walked right past it so many times. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. That feels like a pit trap right there, because I presume, unless you're able to then get out through the section which we otherwise couldn't reach, which I don't really want to test. That seems like the sort of place that one might find themselves stuck. Yeah, don't fall, you can't get out. Okay. Is that one a clue? No, that one's just a taunt. So what were we up to? We were up to 7 pages. 7 pages. Ta-da! And that was the only way up here, so there isn't anything else that we need to go down to explore, so we're going to carry on over. Cool. Did anybody find Nirav? I wasn't paying attention in local. I don't know if he was found or not. Do any of these... Are any of these a gate before I miss something sneaky? No, I don't think so. Okay, cool. So, down we go. Oh! Look at all those haystacks. And a straw bed tucked in the midst of them. So we can go out there. Let's check that these aren't hiding. Shouldn't be hiding openings because we've actually been in the room below this. He was found, and Nalamar got a lovely snowball lantern. Very nice. Congrats, Nalamar. Okay. Think we're safe to carry on. These straw beds everywhere are throwing me, though. Oh, look! Another man trap. Ah! Right, well, that would have been me. That would have been me trapped right there, wouldn't it? Let's have a peek in this one. Nothing in there. So we got a way down, but let's finish doing these floors first. Ooh, look at all of this fancy stuff. So let's just have a peek in those because you... Oh, what? 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 I did not expect to find a load of pottery in a pottery amphora. Bottle containing a reward for the gods. From the gods. For participating in the fight against the invaders. What is that? Random pottery dump. Right. That's me getting distracted, don't mind me. Right, what was I doing? I was looking inside things, wasn't I? Remove clay. That looks this looks like a place to Somebody's popped all of it. Oh, is that a rope trap? Yeah, it is. Look at that. Cunningly placed at the bottom of the stairs. Like it. There's page 8. Thank you, Seri. Good shout. Page 8. Not many of us left. Whatever hunts us breaks through the walls like butter. Trolls smashed up the kitchen. This is really nicely done. I love things like this, and you know what? I kind of wish there were more things like this in the game. Like Halloween last year, Calvert and Ruffle and I went over to the Northern Freedom Isles and went to like a haunted house that somebody had done there, and that was cool as well. And I like the scavenger hunt here as well. Like clearly you guys have used this kind of a model to good effect. And it's nice to see another one in use here, and I would like to see more things like this in the game, because I find these good fun, and I like the sort of like the storytelling elements of them. Trolls feasting on the bodies that we left behind. There we go. Right, so that one is clue 8, and I don't think you could reasonably. Could you store? I don't think you can store inscribed paper in our cartography table anyway. But did I look in the barrel? So there's still a way down, but I'm going to go and just have a look up top. No, you know what? I'm going to have a look downstairs first. Ooh, and I missed that one entirely. I do like those pirate chests. Very thematically appropriate for this place. Got a tackle box. I'm not expecting there to be another clue in this room, and I don't know if you even can store papyrus in jars. But I tell you what, this is doing. It's making me wonder all the places that you could store notes if you wanted to. I suspect you possibly could, but papyrus and paper are one of those weird ones where, like in some containers, they take up way more space than you think they should, and so some containers that feel like they should be able to hold them can't. All right, so I wasn't going up there yet. I was going to go downstairs. Let's go do that. Every time you ooh, I giggle. Look, I don't even know what my ooh is like now. I have to catch myself doing it next time. Hello, hello, Ruffle. How you doing down there?
Hello.
So, when were we? Were we in this building at some point? Yes, I think. Yes, we were. Is this the bit? This is the room that I walked around and I was like, this room feels like one great big red herring. Now I know where I am. Okay, so that's what was down the stairs. So we can go and carry on. Up and onwards. You were baffled by that room last time. Yeah, I went in there and I was like, what? I feel like I'm missing something here. But, right, let's carry up and on. And do you know what? I really love rope bridges as well. If you're ever making yourself a pirate deed, make good use of rope bridges. Because you can do some, like, they just have a really good look to them. I've had several kind of flirtations with making myself a kind of like a pirate base. Ooh. So is that an opening below me? I imagine it is. Yup. And an opening above. Cunning and, you know, well used way to hide entrances, rugs over things. Make good use of that in the puzzle labyrinth as well. Right, let's have a look up here first. Aha! This is indeed a catapult with what I earlier described as a great big spoon on it. Can I? It's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. She says, although I'm not actually hearing. There we go. There we go. Had a hot moment there where I was like, have I done it wrong? Oh, you also do not want to fall off down there. But I'm just going to have a peek around whilst I'm here. Need safety barriers installed in these things. Right. Let's go back down, because I don't think there's anything up here that I can open. You found a door that you missed before. You have a new deed you want to make, Ruffle. What's the new deed that you want to make? I am finally, you know what, having popped that. Oh, it's because I'm still bell ringing. Oh no! Let's try that again. I popped a deed down on Exodus about a month ago for a potential kind of ad hoc event site, not an Impalong site. And it has been sat there with me not doing anything with it for a while, but I finally opened it up in Deed Planner last week and started plotting, so I am in the thick of deed planning at the moment. You want to make a Christmas deed? As in a Christmas-themed deed? Like a Santa's Grotto kind of Christmas-themed deed? Or what do you mean? Either way, I'm here for it, obviously. You know me, I love a new deed. I love an excuse for a new deed. Right, there's no other way out of this, right? So we're just carrying on down. Christmas themed. Yes. Does that mean you're going to be going and collecting up like reindeer and like positioning Christmas reindeer in front of sleds and things? Ah, I'm so there for that. That sounds great. What server? What server are you going to have it on? That's the next question. Only one way out, so... Oh! And there we have a net trap. I mean, it's not exactly subtle, is it? It would be quite cool, though, that now we've got those nodes in the game. Actually, I wonder if you could do some cool stuff with, like, creative use of, like, hiding traps underneath nodes and things. Because if you don't pick the nodes, does anybody know, do the nodes decay themselves if they're left untouched? Or can you leave them indefinitely in a position? Because you could totally hide things like net traps, like, under foliage, just for kind of, like, cool... Okay, so you haven't got a space yet for it, Ruffle, you've just got the concept. That's cool. I can get behind that. Bells for miles. They do eventually rotate themselves out, Seri. Oh, that's a shame. Well, there you go. If you get fairy gardens spawning on your enchanted grass, pick them while they're there, I guess. I've been leaving a lot of nodes intact on Brambleheim because I really like them as kind of decorative visual interest in the creature pens across the park. Maybe I need to do some experimentation at some point when a new node pops up. Actually, sort of like, maybe I could do it like in the centre bit of my deed, where like I'm there fairly regularly, and it would be quite easy to keep an eye on a few, just to try and see kind of like what the decay rate is on nodes, how long they last before they disappear. That was a whole segue though. So, right. That's Palisade, so neither of those will open. Is that door going to open? So that door opens. Is that portcullis going to open? It is going to open. Okay. That is not a gate, so we've got two ways to go. And you know what? I really like these, and you don't see them very often, these wooden portcullises, because the only wool model you get them on is the basic wood model. So there isn't a timber version of this. I don't think there isn't a timber version of this, right? Is there even a timber framed portcullis? I'm struggling to think what it would look like if there is now. Maybe it just doesn't have one, but I thought they all had a portcullis. Hang on. Bear with me. Timber. Timber, timber, timber. Huh. There is not a timber portcullis. Well, there you go. But yeah, I really like this. It doesn't work, like, it's the only portcullis that differs from all of the other portcullises, not just in the style of it, but also in the way that it opens, because all of the others shoot straight up, right? They're gates, whereas this one rolls. It kind of reminds me of a little garage door, and I've seen some people like do some nice little kind of like almost garage blocks for where they store their carts or their wagons by using these as kind of like roll-up garage doors. So I've got two possible ways to go. That looks like it's got too many ways to go forward, so I'm just going to go back and do the other one first. So let's have a look in here. God, there's a way up in here as well, but it looks like it doesn't go anywhere else, so that's good. This is a contained area. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. I do like these little ink pots. If you've not seen ink pots out on the side before, they're nice little deco items. They look different if you make them in clay, but all the metal ones look like that. Haha, you cannot find me up here, lol. Oh god, I'm just catching up on chat. Mubix, is it going to be a huge flat D with no buildings and just brass bells everywhere on the ground? Field full of snowmen, the kind that don't decay, with the bells strewn on the ground. Well, you can guarantee there will be bells there somewhere. Don't think bar table open, so we've looked in there. Didn't. Oh, wait, there's two of them. There's two of them. How can you fit mountain lion rugs in a small chest? How is that possible? Oh, yes, I could donate some snowman heads. If I haven't sacked them all by then. Can you open up a washing bowl? I think you can. Oh, yes, you can. I'm not going to drink out of the washing bowl. I'm not that thirsty. So let's have a peek upstairs. And not fall down the gap. 96 goblin skulls. Look at that. There we go. Clue 9. Let's get a little bit closer. We're fashioning a wee sailboat from what's left. The crew's as thick as molasses. I like that. At this point, I know that I don't actually need to keep track of these, but having started, I feel compelled to, finish the story. I sincerely hope, Seri, that these clues are also going to make the pages of a storybook that ends up in your library if it's not there already. Hiding the loot. I trust food more than this rickety vessel. Right, so there's clue 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, got them all so far. Ooh, look at that red light glinting off that. That's nice. Is that from... What is that from, that red light? Is there a Hota down there that I can't see? That does seem like the kind of light that a Hota might give off. Probably isn't going to be another clue in this room, but I will just check. Anyway, we can't open those because we've learned that. Puncher's Paradise. Okay, one clue left to find, one way forward. If we need them later on for whatever reason, you've got screenshots of each page. Cool. Oh, well, I've been copying down the text just in case I needed, in case there was stuff in there that I didn't know I was going to need. But I am just kind of enjoying the stories as I go. And also, I thought that when I moved away, they might act like a container, like the reading thing, and it might disappear, but it doesn't seem to have, so it looks like you can just keep them open. If you're doing things like this in future where you want to keep the clues open, it looks like you can just, move away from the place that you read it and keep the clue open as you go. So, aha! And now I know where I am again, because this is where I dropped down earlier. Right, that's the door we can get through. That is not a portcullis we can get through, so a quick peek in there. So, onwards this way. Pirate Limerita. What's a Limerita? Is that like a margarita? Is it something else? Ooh, sneaky little cupboard there. Can't get out that way. So, what have we got here? That building does not open for me. A couple of empty crates. Can I get up there? No, I cannot. Nothing in that. Oh, but that does open. Look at that net trap tucked into the grass. So cunning. And I don't think there is any way through here because that's not a gate, right? Cool. Clue number 8. Well done, Ruffle. You're catching up. I'm only one clue ahead of you. And I'm waffling, so I'm not going terribly fast. Right. There is a way up there. And a way through there. So let's have a look down here first. No way through there. So that's literally just like a little... You look for the last one for ages. I hope I find it faster than you. Okay. just bracing me for a potentially tricky one, huh? So... Nothing here. We can't get out any of those sides, so let's carry on up. Whoa! And there's a ballista. Come on. Oh no, it was a red lamp. Look at that. Really red. Oh, I see. It's very obvious. You know what? You're not thick, Moomix, but it is something. Sometimes things hiding in plain sight are the hardest ones to spot. So, walnut ballista. So presumably that's another opening. Yep. Right. So nowhere else to go. We're going to carry on back down. Ooh. Uh-oh. One-way exit. Thanks for the warning. Chits to mark your success. Okay, so there's my chit, but that's not the final clue, so... Wait. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Oh, so... Unnamed chits, named chits. Okay, so we take a chit out, we name it, and then we pop it back in there, right? So these are all the people that have completed it thus far.
Sacre bleu! Invaders!
Oh! We're being raided by Catspur. Hello, Catspur, and everybody who's in tow. Good day to you. How are you doing? I'm over at the Mardi Gras Impalong on Xanadu. For all of you that have just joined, so we're at a big community event, and I'm currently on the last clue of a pirate maze, which has been freshly built this year. So I've just found the chits, but I think I've missed a clue somewhere, so I'm going to have to go, well, Mr. Page somewhere. So I'm going to have to go back looking for one in just a second. You got mistaken for Catspur, Moomix. So what have you been playing today, Catspur? You've been playing Valheim today or something else? And hello everybody else who has just joined with Catspur. It's lovely to see you all. Right, check a piece. I need to rename it. And I need to pop that back in there. So that's my check a piece bit for that. But that must mean I've missed a clue somewhere, right? Oh, although there's another way down, because I came down from above, right? Oh, you were playing 7 Days to Die. Trying not to die, of course. I've played... Is it 7 Days to Die that I've played? Or no? Oh! And there's page 10. There we go. God, you have to get so close to read these things. Right, let me just do that. Yes, Catspur's Valheim bases are amazing. I only played Valheim when it first released, and of course a lot has changed since then, but I've been popping into Catspur's streams and seeing like all of the stuff that's changed, and she's got some really, really cool bases. Yes. Catspur raid belly rub, please. Hi, Happy Moosey. You saw the exit and deduced it was before the exit, and that's what caused you the trouble. Yeah, well, I was about to do that as well. I was about to backtrack. It's just I've been so trained to look for hidden openings and hidden doors, but I tend to do that before I move on now. So, undated. Violabella, I think I might be the last mate standing. The sailboat are... The sailboat are now piles of timber. It's making me talk like a pirate. Finally laid eyes on what stalks us, the dread pirate Wesley. Demon or ghost, I know not. But I will be hiding. Bloodstains now cover the rest. Nice. This has been a good little maze. I thoroughly approve. So I assume that door does not open. So in order to get out, oh, how did I miss the Easter eggs? You know what? I shot down that ladder and did not see all of those. Love it. As we know, I love an Easter egg. I say I love an Easter egg. I've got over 1,000 Easter eggs. So I'm always excited when I see Easter eggs. Those ones are going to decay. No, put them somewhere safe. If you didn't know, you can repaint your Easter eggs as well. So if you want to use them for like thematic decoration, they've got 2 color zones and you can re-dye them. You are unstuck. Oh no, you got stuck, Ruffle. I missed you getting stuck. I'm glad you have now got unstuck. Your Easter basket's broken, Memes. In what way is it broken? Take a chip, put your name on. Wait, put your name and the hidden treasure on it. Wait, what hidden treasure? Oh no! What hidden treasure? Wait, because he was... Wait, okay, so let me go and look at my clues. Hang on, let me just pull my chip back out. Wait,
Yeah.
Have I just... There we go. Right, let me pull my chip back out. And let me go and check that last clue. No. What about the one before that? Hiding the loot. So, is the loot that stuff down there? Is it the Easter basket? Or have I missed, like, should I have been looking back in those treasure chests? Thank you for the follow, Happy Moosey. You glitched into a fence, Ruffle. Oh no. I hate when that happens. So, you said you had to relog. Did it boot you all the way out of the maze when you relogged? Because I know a lot of buildings will generally boot you out if you don't have permissions to be there. Wait, I came up. I meant to go down. Hang on. Let me go back down. And down another one. So, is this the treasure? How do I know if this is the treasure? Oh, there's a humongous one as well. Do you know what? Over 1,000 Easter eggs, and I still haven't found a humongous one. I'm so jelly. God, look at it relative to a large one as well. It is actually huge. How do I know what the treasure is, guys? Is this the treasure? My stream's so cozy. Thank you, Happy Moosey. I find Wurm very cozy, to be honest, despite the fact that this is, you know, theoretically a sandbox survival game, and I do enjoy the sandbox mode. The sandbox mode. I enjoy the sandboxiness of it. I find Wurm a very cozy game in general. So my Wurm streams, if I'm doing them by myself, tend to be quite cozy. If I'm doing them with a guest streamer, then they just become ridiculous. Sometimes depends on the guest streamer. Ruffle and I sometimes get up to shenanigans, but we manage to keep it pretty chill for the most part. Any stream that I do with Calvert just ends up being ridiculous. Less competition if you make a mistake. Oh, thanks, Moomix. Moomin's got one, have they, Meemers? Whoa. So it glitched you into the center of the spiral staircase. Okay, right, hang on. Before I go backtracking, I'm going to go and have a look through those clues and just see if there was a clue in the clues to tell me what the treasure was. It might just be that I have to make a best guess, or there might be something obvious, but let's just have another look-see. So, that's about declaring war, so that's clue 1. Clue 2. Started a fresh journal because they lost a ship. Not in there. Clue number 9. Well done, Ruffle. Someone squealed on us down to 4 core beaters. So not that one. Number 4. Spotted land. Not that one. Number 5. Built a fort. People start dying. This is when the genre shift started happening halfway through the maze. Hi, Mooron. Mardi Gras. Oh, being from Louisiana, you know about that. Yeah, so it's a Mardi Gras themed event on a deed on Xanadu in Wurm Online called Seris Voodoo Bayou Bash, I want to say. But there's lots of really cool stuff here, and as soon as I get back out of here, once I've figured out what the treasure is and I've put it on my chit, I'm going to be back out running around the Impalong site, and there are lots of really cool kind of like themed buildings and shops and things around here, sort of wrapped around the bigger Impalong building. So there's some nice thematic stuff here. But as you can see or hear, I'm a Brit, so I couldn't tell you how successfully the theme is pulled off, but I think that the Impalong staff here are all from the States, so I'm sure they have done a super job of it. There are no ladies dancing about in feathers and sequins, Madoon. Well, you know what? You could always put some feathers and sequins on for all of us, couldn't you? I haven't seen Madame Lola yet. I don't know if Madame Lola actually makes an appearance, but I've done the scavenger hunt, so I have been over to Madame Lola's place. Ah, 2 more dead. Okay, so crew squabbling over treasure shares. Still doesn't tell us what the treasure is, though. That's about bolstering up the fort. Riches mean nothing if we're dead. As long as the colours are purple, gold, and green, you're doing okay. Good to know. Wait, have I gone out of order, or was that the next one? I suppose the order doesn't really matter. That's about the trolls smashing into the kitchen. Sailboat. Okay, so hiding the loot, but the loot's not in the sailboat. And then the last one, last mate standing, sailboat's now piles of timber. So that would suggest that the treasure is kind of like that this person hid out with their treasure, right? Right? Lack of reference to Baron Samedi in the graveyard for your taste, Mimix. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, there's presumably there's a point where you might end up kind of, I don't know, appropriating, which is maybe a difficult line to walk. I don't know enough about it to do a really good kind of read on that. But it's one of the reasons that I'm always like, even though there's lots of things I find inspiring about other cultures, if I don't know enough about them to know if I might be treading on something that I shouldn't. It deters me from seizing on something that I'm like, oh, that would be a really cool theme. If I don't know it well enough to be convinced that I'm not going to be intruding or appropriating something, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if that one were sort of deliberately left out or just an omission. But you see, if it were called something like treasure, but there are an awful lot of Easter eggs here. I mean, that's pretty good loot. Speaking as somebody who likes their loot. But is this just a red herring? Am I now overthinking it? Not particularly family friendly. No, Miron. Like, I tend to get a little bit sweary. And Wurm doesn't have a particularly young player base, so you're probably all right. Just seeing if any of these are renamed in case I'm missing something, like if there's like one particularly marked out as treasure. I don't think so. I might just have to take a punt, you know. But before I do, I am just going to go like one building back. Don't overthink it. Okay, all right. You know what? Let's just... It won't actually let me put Easter basket bags. Let's just do that. Right. I was checking everything else pretty comprehensively, so... Now, was this the way out? This was the way out. I'm going to drop down onto the top of Market Stall, and I guess I could probably close these now. But I must remember to find Spacey and tell them that I had good fun there. You're 12 in your head, Moomix. 12 at heart, huh? Ooh, did Robbie pop into chat and I missed him? Robbie will come when girls start lifting their tops for beads. Okay. And down we go. There you go. Took no damage again. Do you know what? I think the reason, I think the way that you don't take damage off these, and this is just a theory because I don't actually know, but you can sort of, if you edge your way off the edge of a building, the first story of a building, you can kind of drop down off that like 3 dirt bit that the floor takes up onto a wall before you do the final drop. Who's up there? Is that Ruffle? It is Ruffle. And I think that that's the difference, because I think like the 30 drop doesn't hurt you, but the 33 drop, including the extra floor, maybe does. So that might be the difference, but that's essentially what does it. If you're trying to drop off the first floor, if you can just edge off the edge of the floor you're on first, just down a little bit and then drop, you don't tend to take damage. So we have dropped back into the back streets of the Mardi Gras Impalong site. Did I remember to fill in the chit? Yes, although I originally just put my name on the chit before I actually read the sign properly, so I very nearly came flying out of there without having actually fulfilled the criteria, and I have now taken a punt to try and fill the criteria because I wasn't 100% sure, but you know. So here we go, back at the Mardi Gras. Impalong site, having completed the maze, and I've done the scavenger hunt, and there was an event going on in the background. I don't think we've got a GM in local anymore, so no shenanigans as of yet. Don't think I have missed much, except for Dalamar finding Nirav, who was hiding somewhere. So yeah. You go. So we got like a cartography place over here. There's a pizza place around there. There's various little shops. Barrel Barons. I don't actually know what that one is. I like as well. I like the kind of the advertising. There's sort of like if you've seen these signs around the deed, like the first couple of them I saw, I was like, I was like, it doesn't seem to be related to the building that it was on, and it threw me a little bit. And then I realised that it's basically advertising in all of the alleys. So these signs are kind of just advertising for the different shops that are scattered all over the place. Look, Ruffle, look, a bell. Have a life-changing experience. Where are they selling the hurricane drinks? There is a bar. I mean, there's so what have we got? There's Historical Society. There's like there's a pale ale bar.
Goblin Glee.
somewhere around here. And various kind of, there we go, we've got a brothel, bar and bunks place over there, the Seafarer's Oasis. Don't think I've actually been in there. There's also a poor random sheep just here, which, Ruffle, when you come out, maybe you should lead that back to the sheep pens, because I know you've been doing a lot of shearing. Random high chair, just out in the world. So, okay, so this is the pale ale bit. Where is the brothel? I'm always reluctant to see. Let's go have a look-see. Of course it's got nymphs outside. It's like they made it for Calvert. Ooh, look at that, that's fancy. Oh, but that's not it. Maybe it's upstairs, because this is the tea shop, and I do like the tea shop. Rug on the wall. Nifty. Ah, there you go. I was talking earlier about coffee cherries as a nice decorative thing. Alas, they do not last very, very long term. Fishing shop. How does one get upstairs to what is presumably the brothel and bunks? Oh, there we go. Brothel is upstairs and the entrance is hard to find. Let's have a look-see. So if we keep going round, that's the shop that I was just in. What's this shop? Oh, this is the baker's. There you go. So that's the Bramblewood Bakery. Also, when I was doing the scavenger hunt, one of the clues is in this shop, and it will scupper you if you have that thing that sometimes happens where items on certain services don't render properly, and I had that problem when I came in here, and I spent ages looking around, and then I realised that maybe I wasn't seeing some items, and I got around that by logging in an alt to come and look. But just in case anybody else is getting scuppered trying to complete the scavenger hunt, there might be some places where the clue is there and you just can't see it because it hasn't rendered for you for whatever reason. So if you've got an alt here, maybe try logging them on and running them over, or just re-logging your tune. Right, I'm getting way later. I was meant to be looking for stairs up, wasn't I? Right, let's see. Get your pans filled at Crew's Kitchen. The bakery make king cakes. Oh, there's a king cake something. That bridge was it near the baker. Okay. Ah, that one. That one. Rusty riverboats. I feel like there was a king cake something, but I might be misremembering. I am going to go back to that bridge. Sorry, I'm just now on my kind of did I imagine a king cake something? I like these back alleys as well. Like, look at these, like proper alleys. Crew's Kitchen. Oh, there you go. There's a king cake chalet. I did not entirely misremember it. Right, I'm going to go back up that bridge. The second one. Okay, so the temporary bridge is to go to Seris Deed.
What was I
saying?
saying?
Swamplank Apartments. That's presumably not to the brothel. Brothel level. There we go. It's even helpfully named. Captain's cabin. Wait, hang on. Did I come up here last year? Is this the place where I'm going to find, like, the spanking room? Was that here? I never know, you know. Sailor's berth. I'm kind of bracing myself. No, okay, we're okay. We're okay. Full. Wurm. What these? Ooh, look at these. That's quite nice. That's the brothel. Ah, you know what? That's pretty classy, except for the rope on the side. Okay, is there a spanking paddle though? Where the hell was I? Where I walked into a room where, like, you walked into this little, like, I don't know, one or two tile room. I think it might have been a 2x2, where there's sort of like a bed, and you're like, oh yeah, it's nice. Kit out as a bedroom, and then there's like like a spanking paddle on the bed, and there's rope on the side. And I cannot remember where that was, but I feel like you could perhaps standard rate supply. I feel like maybe a brothel needs a spanking paddle as well. It's a legat, if anyone is not sure what I'm talking about. The legat model is quite vicious looking. So there we go. There's the brothel. Look, this one's all got ceilings done as well. I still have not built a single ceiling on any of my deeds. There is another brothel room. Is it? Oh, wait. Enter at your own risk. Sailors' quarters. Well, that's not a brothel room, but let's go and have a look upstairs anyway while we're here. Got a scaly bob there. I like the cogs on the wall. Random oars lying around. Nice. Sailor's mess. Nice. Also nice. God, you could get lost in here, but the good kind of lost. And I do appreciate that in a deed, like, because it takes. Have you just finished Ruffle? Congratulations. You could get spanked by an oar. Yes, I suppose you could. Ooh. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen that model. That's a nice decorative bit. I can't see what the damage is on it, so I don't know how fast it decays, but that is a nice decorative bit. Well done, Ruffle. Did you rename your chit with not just your name, but the treasure? Because that's the bit that nearly tripped me up. Oh, look at those gemmy little cups. I need to, you know what, in fact, I'm going to screeny that, because my memory is so poor. The way I remember when I find new things that have models that I didn't know is I screeny them. So at some point in the future, when I'm going digging out screenshots for stream prep, I remind myself that I found a cool thing and might actually do something about it. That's Mate's cabin. Nice. Woo. Wait, is that... No, that's where I came out before, isn't it? So I have actually already been there. Last year on the scavenger hunt, I think one of the clues was where there was somebody, like, standing just visible in a window, and you had to, like, spot them up from the ground floor, and that was a really clever bit. I think that was like that was one of those bits where I was partway through the scavenger hunt, and when I found that bit I was like, oh, that's clever. I think they had like curtains in front of the windows as well, so you had to be in just the right place to spot them peeping through the curtains. Yeah, that was one of last year's ones, Moomix. Yeah, and I just thought that was a really nice touch. Oh, so you found a clue from last year's about that? Well, there you go. So I could go and do some shopping. You've just received... Congratulations. So what is that? Is that 50 or is that 70 leatherworking? I assume that's a leatherworking one. 70. Nice. Congratulations. HMS Drongo. My goodness. What have I missed in local? Why is Nick Wall screaming? What? Why is Barefoot screaming? What? Am I missing fun? Or are you guys just getting a little bit mad as the day wears on? So, we don't have a GM in local, which doesn't mean that we might not get one sometime soon. But I've done my pirate maze. Sid is not yet around for me to buy stuff from. I could go poking around some of these shops. Hello, Madhu. But I also could venture over to Dragonwyck and have a look at Seris Deed and her library, maybe. How are you feeling there, Ruffle? Nah, someone was bored, Barbara. How are you feeling, Ruffle? Are you, now that you've completed the maze, is your throat getting better? Or are you still feeling pretty sorry for yourself? I mentioned the scavenger hunt earlier, by the way, so, and I sort of vaguely gestured to where it was, but didn't actually show you, so who's that? Is that Phoenix's? But if you want to start the scavenger hunt, you haven't already, it's this room just here that the Calla Lily's in. So on the ground floor of the imping building opposite side to the bar, you want to come into this corner room, you can pick up your items from in there, and then there are signs on the walls that will tell you what you need to do, how you need to go about it. You pick up a book and a pen and an ink pot, and then you go from there. So that's a fun thing to do whilst you're here killing time. I can see that here that imping is carrying on as normal up there. But Ruffle, you are being revived by tasty food. You see no streetcar or floats. No cars in Wurm, alas. Although, like, I'm trying to think if there are ways that you could do floats in Wurm. I've been thinking about this recently as well with regards to this event deed that I was thinking about building. Like, if there are ways that you can simulate things which don't exist in Wurm by clever nesting of things in Wurm, which is of course one of my favourite pastimes. Wurm, for example, does not have baths or hot tubs, but I have, with a variety of nested items, managed to make myself a bubbling hot tub in Wurm. So I quite enjoy that challenge of thinking around how you might make an item in game that doesn't exist in game. And I imagine for a float, what you would probably do, right, is you would want to start with something like either a sled or maybe an unfinished, like, transporter, like an unfinished ship transporter or something like that. They seem to be about the right height. And then from there, I guess I would try and find some furnishings. So this is something like an open wagon. But I feel like something like a ship transporter might be a better fit. And then I would try and find some furniture which you can place items on top of, like, say, coffers, which are quite low, that you can nest just out of sight under the level of the thing, so that you can then put stuff on it. Horse-drawn carriage would work. So I reckon there's ways that you could simulate things like floats, but it would take some kind of creative nesting of items to make it work, I reckon. And the trick with nesting things a lot of the times is finding things where the heights match just right, so that you can effectively place things on an unplaceable item, or have it look like you've placed things on an unplaceable item to have the effect that you're going for. That's the way that I would approach something like floats, I think. Phew, she didn't see my cart there. What a cart. Didn't see your cart where? What are you up to, Mumix? What was I doing? Seriphina says, if you're feeling hungry, head on over to Pirate Pizza. Hello, Ruffle. Lovely to see you. Have you explored Dragonwyck yet, Ruffle? Do you want to come explore Dragonwyck? I might head on over there. Oh, Maduni, you waving your feathers at me? I did ask for a little feathers and wiggling. First line on the left, check the name if you're around. Okay, now I've got to go and check. Right, I'm just going to go and see what's being alluded to. Is it a pun, Mumix? Am I going to cry? Gobskull donation. And have you made it accessible? You see, you want to make it accessible so people can just lob them in, but I guess you probably can't do that without people also being able to take them out. Now I don't have a cart, so we might have to go over on foot because I assume that Seri is probably otherwise engaged right now. But there is a bridge built over to Dragonwyck, so I reckon we can probably go over there on foot. You've given permissions to the event organisers, so like goblin skulls out of the arena and stuff could just get lobbed in there. Nice. Ooh, you have a cart, do you, Ruffle? Excellent. Let's take your cart then. I assume your cart also has horses. Where are you parked? What is? Hello, Ruffle. Okay, guys, can you hear Ruffle, who has just joined in on the chat? Say hi, Ruffle. You guys hearing her or not? I might need to go and fiddle with some settings if you can't. Not hearing her at the moment. Okay. Oh, you could say anything. Yes, right. Let me just, well, let me tell you what, let me just go and hop in Ruffle's cart. Wait, that's not a cart. That's not a cart, that's a sled. Right. Let me go and figure out how I can get you hearing Ruffle. Okay. Well, you know what? I could put your picture there, but that still doesn't get me round. There we go. Right, currently adventuring with Ruffle. So, well, no. Let me just streaming audio. Should be working. I have no idea. It's to the north of us, but I don't know where we actually get to the bridge to go over it. I think it probably is in those back alleys somewhere because I nearly went up that one by accident when I was looking for the brothel. So let me just try turning this one off. Ooh, that's the bridge. The just for now crossing. Right. Bear with me, guys. Let me just figure out why you can't hear Ruffle. So we're in the stream. Oh, hang on. Try again, Ruffle. Just say something. Still no? God damn it! Ooh. Okay. Okay, alright. Let's do it that way. Let's pop that one up there. Come on. What am I doing wrong? We will figure out eventually, yeah. Then you can do a little victory whoop. And nobody heard it. That is so strange. We don't usually have this trouble. Oh, wait, hang on. Discord co-hosts. Oh, well. Right, okay, let's try that. Try again.
Hello. Hello. Can anyone hear me? Oh, victory. Does that mean...
We've got Ruffle! Hey! We got there in the end. Don't quite know what was got there, but we got there. Yay, go! She's a little live victory one. Super.
Baby
Right.
horse that I attracted.
So,
Ooh,
can we get
what
through this gate?
is?
Yes, we can.
Baby horses.
Aw, little baby horses. Oh, so there are. I thought you were trying to park. Oh, Mimix, where are you? God, I thought you just hopped on the sled. Hi, Mimix. You're gonna come and look with us. Shall we
I can let you on the sled if you want.
I mean, you could come on the sled, but we're going to want to hop off, I think, and actually look around once we get there. If we go maybe like park up somewhere in the middle and then have a look around. So we've just moved one deed up. So the Mardi Gras deed is just over there. And we've gone one island to the north onto Dragonwyck, which is, I think, Seris' deed. And I don't know if it's somebody else's deed as well. Promise Cruise. There's a project on Pristine if I want to check it out. You'll have to let me know. Let me know about that some other time, Cruise. Pop me something on the forums or pop it in PMs, and I'll pick it up a little bit later. Right. So, yeah. If you just, are we into the shops bit yet? So this is the stables. Maybe we want to go a little bit further on until we start seeing things like, here we go. So we've got like Seaside Cottage. I think it's just this next bit through here. There we go. Through there. Ooh, those are fancy. I've just seen the painted saddle racks. Yeah, there we go. Historical Preservation Society. So Dragonwyck has got a whole load of lovely little like shops tucked away in buildings. It's got a functional library as well. And I seem to remember, I'm going to hop off here. I seem to remember you don't have permission, Mumix. Oh, to hop on the sled. Well, we're going to stop there anyway. I seem to remember that this obelisk has been ruined because it is a different size to other obelisks. But I might be wrong, but I kind of feel compelled to just go and have a look while I'm up here. I am sure that is, in fact, bigger than most obelisks. Look at it. It must be, right? Yes, look at that. It's got a rune attached. So if you didn't know that you can size rune mission structures, now you do. So that was a little segue. Oh, there's a garden centre. But yeah, there's loads of lovely little like shops and things around here, which I kind of want to go and have a nose in. And for anybody who hasn't seen them before, oh, that's nice. Look at that, with like the planters on an angle on the farm fields. That's really nice. I'd never spotted that before. Rare blueberry with beehive down there as well. Nice. There's Ruffle. Have we still? Where are you, Mumix? Have you caught up with us, or are you just wandering around separately? But yeah, so there's that's a really nice design that I've not seen before. There's a little garden centre up here that I'm just going to go and pop my nose in, and then I think most of the rest of the shops are down the bottom. Although there is a temple up here as well. Both a mission structure temple and a building temple. Mumix, you'll be quiet for a few hours while you read through all the books. You found the library, have you? Look at this little garden centre. This is cute.
Nice little merchant selling food if anyone's hungry. Oh, sorry for the clang.
I came here and I bought some booze a couple of weeks ago for Calvert's birthday, when I was filling his inflatable pug boat full of booze. I came here and I bought some from here, and I also bought some from Kiss, who runs Nomad's Market on Indie. I bought some from a few different places, actually, I think. But I had popped over here while they were doing the finishing touches on the Impalong deed, and I'd been lurking in their local for a while, and eventually someone was like, "What are you up to, Crim?" And I was like, "Shopping." Just rolling barrels of booze back down towards the docks. Ooh, look at this. Do you know what? I think I might now have a full collection of rare flowers. Nice rare grape trellis there. So this is the garden centre I'm currently in, all dyed various shades of green. Very nice. Lots of fresh flowers.
As soon as I get here, it turns into a shopping stream.
We don't have to do the shopping. I do want to see the library. Okay, so I tell you what.
No, it's funny. I love shopping. It's just funny.
I know. And there, in fact, is the library. What have we got here? Black Sheep Textiles and the Birchwood Branch. What is the Birchwood Branch? And how does one get to it? Oh, I see. So that must be like a little side bit up there. Hang on. Yeah, look, see, there's a whole extra kind of clutch of shops here. They have the Once and Future King. Are you in the library, Moomix? Black Sheep Textiles. Let's go and have a look. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Have I never seen that shoe model? Look at that. I'm not judging your mess at all, Seri. But you know what? I don't think I have ever seen that model on a shelf in the game. That's awesome. I did not know we had this.
Tucked under one of the beds in my sort of alt bedroom.
Really? Yeah, nice. I like that one. And you know what? That's another thing which I might forget if I don't screen it, so let's just screen it. But Seri does some wonderful decoration stuff, so I'm not judging at all. Like, look at this, like the detail and the love that goes into decorating some of these spaces. Like, I am all over that. I love it. Just why I like pottering around here. Sorry, Seri, I hope you don't mind us just coming and poking around Dragonwyck while we're here. But I wanted to come and have a look at the library, and whilst I was here, Ruffle and I can, like, we're shopping fiends. We can't turn down a nice little market deed. So come get your leatherworking stuff here. Hello, kitty. Might end up with a guest cat featuring as well, if I'm not careful, because somebody is sounding very hungry. Hello. You want to come up? What's upstairs? Ooh. Are they dyed or are they... No, they're grapewood. Look at that. Nice little tailoring den. Take a shortcut back down. Now. What is festive amusements? You know what? I said I was going to make a beeline for the library, and what did I do? I went round the corner and got distracted by shops.
What a shock.
What a shock. Look at that little cluster of keep nets. That's really interesting. Like, I don't think I've ever seen them clustered like that, but it almost looks kind of like a basket. Look, shops. Aha, that's how you get to the Birchwood Branch. It's up a little slope. Let's just go and have a quick nosy.
Goblin glee.
Just so I know what's here. Exactly, goblin glee. Love it. Birchwood Branch, what do you sell? Ooh. Unfinished wooden things, some finished wooden things. We've got some fruit presses.
Uh-oh. My grasshopper brain hopped again. What was I saying?
That grasshoppering's going to happen a lot. A lot. Can you stop dabbing me, please, madam? You can come
Sorry.
up. Yeah, Ruffle. Quit dabbing. Oh, I like all of these dyed crates as well. What's this one? Oh, that's the log storage. I will get back to the library. I promise I will. I just want to peek. I just want to see what I'm missing. Look at this. This is so nice looking. Also, I really like this about the stone walls, not the plain stone walls, but the stone walls. They're Orioles. Like, I like this kind of like woven ivy, and I wish that you had more of this kind of variation in detail available on some of the other walls as well. Yep, good shout. Hello, Calvert. Good to see you. You could also come and join us in voice chat if you so wished. We're currently... So I did the pirate maze, made my way all the way through it, and we have just scooted one deed to the north over a little bridge up to Dragonwyck, which is Seri's deed, because she's got a fully functional library here, which I'm absolutely going to go see, except I got waylaid by pretty little shops.
shop full of milk if Madoon wants any more milk to make more cheese with.
Rare unfinished kiln here in this one. Which one am I in? The clay shaper. What else have we got? Ooh, here's a mine. What? Oh! Dragonwyck wine spirits. So is this where I bought my booze, or did I buy my booze from the pub? I'm not sure, you know. Ah, look at all of this. Look at all of this loveliness. Hello.
Barrels of milk, nice and cheap. The dairy at Dragonwyck.
You know what? This is something I really like as well. If you sell any kind of booze on a merchant, if you have like a themed pub or a tavern or anything like that, rename your booze, turn it into a collector's item. I love that. And that's the kind of thing that's going to make me buy stuff. Because, you know, collectibles, right?
Yeah.
What have we got? I'm not going to buy a barrel because I've made that mistake before, and at the moment I'm carrying too much, and if I buy a barrel then I will have to roll myself back out of here, but I am going to just make off with a couple of pottery jars because they will go nicely in my kitchen. Ding, ding, ding. Am I actually carrying some stuff? Yes, I am. It's rare that I have coins in my purse that are not rare coins, but I've got a little bit of change. I did buy your booze when you did things like that, Madoon. I've got some of your booze. Ruffle's got some of mine as well. I think she's got some of the house wine from the Villa Venezia.
I have some green grumpy gin as well.
Nice. Yes. I do indeed have some green grumpy gin that Ruffle gave me. I like this, walk into a cave, like down into the wine cellar. That's nice because you can see it from inside the building. Look at that. Oh, do you know what? That is nice. That is nice. That's a nice wine cellar. Thoroughly approve. I like that kind of barrels in the archways look. That's a good look. Oh, Seri, you've done so many really nice deco things here. Like, let's just... You could make a whole deco inspiration thread just from Seri's deeds, I think. Yeah, I like caves inside buildings as well, like that kind of seamless transition between like above ground and below ground. Ruffle and I found a deed that did really good versions of that on our last indie trek. I can't remember what the name of the deed was now, but they'd done like some really, really clever kind of terraforming. So you had sort of like open-sided cave entrances where it looked like you were just walking into like a different kind of a building, but you were actually walking underground in those open entrances. I really like when people do that. Hammer and Anvil. I'm not sure that's a shop that we can enter. That might be a... Yeah. I am still definitely going to get to that library. I did. Did I go to the mines? Oh, well, I just went into the mine entrance down into like the wine cellar. Is that what you meant, or did you mean like into the mine? Didn't know it was open. Let's go and have a peek. It is open. I like this. I like this. Oh, wow. Seri, no, I have not been down here. Look at this. See, now this takes precision. This I appreciate, because getting your ceiling perfectly leveled so that you can fit an entire wall under it with no gap, that is not to be sneezed at. But when it's done well, it looks great, because then you do get this kind of like... It just is awesome. It's awesome. And it can be really difficult to do because, as anybody who has tried doing mining underground will know, there's limited ways. Like, sometimes you can fuck up mines in ways that you can't unfuck easily. Like, if you mine your ceiling too high, often you will end up having to like collapse the whole thing back down and mine it back up. But when you get it just right, so you get this seamless fit like this, you get like, it looks really, really good. So I appreciate the craftsmanship in that. Also, I really appreciate whatever dye colour. Whoops! I didn't actually mean to open that. Sorry, that was reflexive. Oh, it's not dye. It's just blueberry. Nice. I might have to use one of my ancient chest skins. I might have to go make myself a blueberry chest, because that's a really nice combo. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I love it. And like when we were on that deed on Indie the other day, I think I said the same thing there. Like whenever I see underground spaces like this, which are just so perfectly fitted into caves, it gives me War of the Worlds vibes. Like that kind of, building an underground city when humanity has to move underground. But this is really nicely done. Well done, you. See, and this makes me want to go and build an underground deed. And like for years, on and off, I've been like, oh, you know what? I want to build an underground deed. I keep thinking about wanting to build an underground deed, but I just haven't found quite the right place or the right reason. Because my problem with deeds is if I don't have a reason to use it, like if it doesn't have a function once I've built it, I'll struggle to keep up the motivation to finish building it, especially if it's going to be a lot of work, which mine deeds absolutely are. But also, once I put all of that work in, I won't. If I don't have a good reason to visit it or take people there, I kind of just won't. So I'm waiting to find sort of like the. Look at that perfectly flat ceiling. Ooh, also, that's nice as well. Look at that. That's actually a building tucked into the mine wall over there. I've yet to find the perfect excuse for an underground deed. But I will get one. I'll get there. God, are you actually? Is this on a highway? Look at that. Ha! Kind of like your deed on release memers. Wait. Check inside one of them. The buildings. Wait. Check inside the buildings. What? Why? Why does this suddenly feel like a trap? Can I check inside any? Oh, yes, I like this feature. Well, I don't know if that's the feature that you were pointing to, but while we're here, I like this feature on buildings. And I've seen this done in Mind Deeds a lot. This is really nice, like where you turn one of the veins into like a kind of feature wall piece by sticking either T-arches or normal arches over it. Yes, Seri. Yeah, I really like that as a feature in Mind Deeds. And I also really like when you get, and I think you have got it around here, yeah, sort of like where you get clever use of like cladding on the walls to give you a kind of more seamless transition between the bits that are the buildings and the bits that are just mine walls. I've also seen people do this kind of thing here, not just in front of ore veins, but where the wall behind is then like wood clad, which gets you, I think, vertical planks, whereas everything else is like horizontal planks on buildings. Or is it the other way around? You get horizontal planks when normally they would be vertical. But so having like these used as like to feature clad walls behind, I've seen done as well really nicely. And also sometimes there's like overlooks down onto lower bits of mine where you sort of like get to peer down into the abyss. Yeah I like that kind of that feature wall approach. And yes, and you can mine it. It is so bougie. Right. I was making my way to the library. You do need an abyss. There you go, Seri. That could be your 2025 project. Build yourself an abyss. Or an oubliette. I do like an oubliette. So we've been to the Wine and Spirits shop. Hammer and Anvil is up there. All festive amusements. I haven't been there yet. Let's have a look-see.
I bought you a souvenir.
What kind of a souvenir?
We have to wait and
What
see.
is that? Ooh. Do you know what? That's another model I've not seen before, but look at that. That's nice. An unfinished military tent. Looks like that. Yes. Love it. Good. I always think, as somebody who has spent quite as much time decorating as I have, I always think whenever I see unfinished items, and I'm like, ooh, I've not seen that one before, how I really need to spend some time just looking at the unfinished models for so many things in the game, and then putting them down and testing how fast they decay, because some of them will decay, some of them might decay super fast, but a lot of unfinished items actually take, like, basically no decay. Like, I've got items that are part finished waiting for more rare materials that have sat taking absolutely zero decay for years. But also there are some like part building items, things like keystones for bridges, which do take damage, but they take it so slowly. They are legit usable as a decorative item, and quite a hefty decorative item as well. Like they're quite large. But festive amusements, that's where I was going. Hello, Wendell. You do need to get yourself over to the soiree. It's on for another 3 days. It's on through to Tuesday. And there are various events underway. There's a scavenger event. There's a new pirate maze over there. The Impalong is going along beautifully. And I think there's also things like there's going to be fishing contests and boat races. Look at all of these puppets. Oh my god, it's a toy shop. Yes. See, I've got plans for a little toy shop at Little Venice, except there's one problem that's stopping me from doing it thus far, and I will show you that problem, and I'm sure it's not going to come as a surprise to anybody. Where is my problem? That right there is my problem. I want to make a toy shop thematically, but I do not yet have anywhere near enough toy making to actually fill my toy shop, so that is one of those skills that I might have to grind. Bun, that was a terrible pun. But yes, I'm not toying with the idea. I've made the plan. I know what I want to do. I just... You know me, I hate grinding things. What was that,
Maybe
Ruffle?
I could grind it and make you some toys.
You could. Why? Do you want to grind toy making? Is that on your list?
I do.
You could supply me with toys for my toy shop.
Where is my toy making skill? Where is it?
Comes under carpentry.
Aha! Yeah, it helps if you open it, doesn't it? Yes. I've got 20, so
You've got 20?
basically a toy making genius.
We could fill a toy making shop together.
What is good? Hello, chat. What's a good way to grind toy making?
Have we got anybody in chat who actually does have a lot of toy making skill? Yeah, you need 30 to make the chessboard, which is the other thing as well. Like, I've got a chessboard sitting there waiting to be made, a rare one. Like, I think, is it yo-yos? You're meant to use yo-yos at lower levels for toy making, but they look kind of fiddly. I don't know, I haven't looked into it recently.
String and shafts.
Is it just 2 pieces, yo-yos?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that bad then. I know, but you can't imp yo-yos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the problem with
No,
yo-yos?
You can't imp them, no.
So then that probably wouldn't be any good for skilling. So you get the creation skill gains, but you want something impable. Myra's got toy making 70 plus, right? Myra's the person that we need to ask then. Checkers was your go-to, Seri. So with checkers, can you imp like the chits? Or like the pieces? Is it something like ship making where actually what you do is you end up imping components as the fastest way to gain skill at lower levels? There you go. So you can imp the chips and imp the boards. So checkerboards. Okay, cool. I'm liking these tips. What have I just wandered into? I was not... Oh, hello, Ruffle. I don't know what shop I'm in. Hang on. Dyed in the wool. The alchemists. Okay. Are you trading with this one at the moment?
Was.
You found the dye shop.
What was trading with it? Oh.
Have I just booted you off it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I'm done. It's fine. I won't. You can shop.
After I bought you a gift as well.
What's my gift? Where's my gift? Where's she gone? Where did she go? Oh my god! There she is. Hello.
Oh.
What is my gift? What is my gift?
Stop moving.
Gift, but I'm excited. What's my gift?
I got your souvenir.
Yay! Yes! Never enough. Shiny pottery mugs. Thank you.
There you go.
Yes. Lovely. You can imp boards. Wait. Oh, you can imp boards with carp tools or puppets with tailoring tools. Nice. Yeah, I remember that making the chits is sort of it's like very, very low material use if you're doing a lot of creation stuff with those at least. The Wild Boar Tavern. Pretty sure this is where I came and bought some of Calvert's booze. And rolled barrels back down to my ship. Oh, look at that. And it's even got an open air. Like a little open air beer garden. Thoroughly approve. Red brick too. I do like pottery brick buildings.
I have a plan for a big pottery brick building on my
Yeah.
release.
What's going to be in there?
It's going to be a sort of big greenhouse thing. I don't know, probably sheep, let's face it. But yeah.
I've got a little orangery on mine, which is the closest I could get to a kind of a greenhouse. But it is very little. I like these configurations of stills. I'm working my way around in my head how to. Oh God, look at that capybana! They're so bright, so colourful. I'm getting my head around how I might build a treehouse micropub. Not one that's in the shape of a tree like Robbie's treehouse, but as in like a building which is shaped around a central tree or two. So I guess it would essentially be a kind of a donut building. But like an oak seems like the obvious tree to go for. I haven't considered whether like I was like maybe I could do it through a nut tree, but I think that an oak is probably the right way to go. But I was thinking about those like spiral inns that we saw, and I'm wondering if you could do something treehouse-like in that way, maybe by having kind of a building that kind of spirals its way round up a central tree. Don't know. We shall see. More experimentation required. Mimix, you think you got yours to 30 just creating yo-yos? Yeah, I mean, as you say, you can't imp them, but on the other hand, the creation costs are quite low. So, right. There is more shopping that I. Oh, what's in the town hall? Do you know what? I didn't even get as far as saying I'm going to go to the library before I grasshoppered. I like a town hall. I just want to have a peek. Visitors must relinquish their weapons to the guards. Ooh. Look at these jail cells. Somewhere, where have I been that has got nice thematic jail cells? I think it's Black Pearl. Black Pearl on Exodus. They've got like jail cells set up, and then they've got like prisoners in those jail cells, like all thematically named. And you can't get into them. You can just see them from outside through like the bars in their cells, which I think is quite nice.
Have you been to Mead Haller on release?
Yes.
Where they've
Not
got
for
all
a
the
few
little
years though.
They've got all the little photo opportunity rooms.
Oh yeah, where is that where like standard, for example, like the room where like everything is like on one side, like on an angle? Is that one of them? Because that was at Mead Haller, wasn't it?
I feel like there's a prison cell room, you see.
Ah.
That's what made me think.
So I don't think I've been around those. Like I went to the Mead Haller. I went to one of the Mead Haller events. Hee hee! Look at this. Look at these little thematic books. I like this. Cat's Eye installation regulations, griefing arbitration, undeeded land disputes. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I've been to the Mead Haller site, but I don't think I've looked around it in that much detail. I just remember Stan's sideways room, which I think must have been underground. I'm assuming it's on that site. Maybe I'm conflating two, and that was actually on a different site. But I'm pretty sure that it was Stan that did that. It's like an optical illusion where you walk into a room and the whole room is sideways. It's cleverly done.
Probably. I don't remember. I just remember liking that they had these little like photo, like, as if you were gonna, Instagram yourself.
Selfie rooms. That's cute. That's cute. I popped out the wrong side. Let me just try and find my way back out the. Whoa. Nah. Yes. This is the way I came in. Here's the way I came in. Right. To the library.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's right there. It is the next building on my. Oh, but the Iron Cauldron. You know what? I'll do the Iron Cauldron afterwards. Ooh. Is that a lavender woodland wormbench? Wait, does it not actually tell me what wood it's made from? It does not. Ha! Fairly sure that's lavender wood. Maybe Seri can confirm. Me and my ooze. I know. I'm so easily waylaid, and I'm gonna have this problem now because I think that the Iron Cauldron entrance comes before the library. No, I'm good. Right, woman on a mission. Does that one tell me what wood it is? Oh. Beneath the rule of men entirely great, the pen is mightier than the sword. What are the rare statuette of Dragonfang? It's the same but different rarity. Oh! I thought the Dragonfang statuette only came as fantastic. Does it come as various ones in the same way that, like, that champagne and the knapsacks come in various rarities? I do like these stamp boxes. I like the stamp boxes. Oh my goodness, look at the little boat. Look at the little boats. Blueberry? Wait, what? The benches were blueberry? Or is that in response to something else?
Squeak.
Mima says, hello, puss. Mima says use a pine or cedar tree and build around it in a spiral. The trouble is, so the oak is the widest one, and it's filling it's sort of filling a tile enough that it feels like it's part of the treehouse. That's my problem. But there are certainly taller ones where you could keep spiraling up. It's just the oak fills out enough that I think that then maybe if you were clever in the way that you built it. The trouble, of course, is that even if you enchant it, the oak is slowly going to change over time. So it's not like a permanent thing. But with a faux priest, I could wild growth an oak up to a certain level, then enchant it to try and keep it that way for as long as possible. But eventually the oak would be changing over time, and then when I replanted it, I would struggle to get it in the same position again, unless I guess I planted it dead center. But Bun, don't have the full idea for the Dragonfang statuette, but was there something about a quest? The bench was blueberry. Ah, there you go. So Seris says the further you went through the indie event, that affected the rarity of it. Cool. Don't think I can get a tall. Well, it doesn't need to be a tall treehouse. I mean, because treehouses traditionally aren't, right? They're normally like, you know, maybe one, 2 stories up. But you could get it up off the ground in the same way that I did with my little house on Guidance, by essentially building a house on stilts as a donut house wrapped around something like an oak, and then you could have like a first, second, and maybe a third floor of like stuff winding round it. The trouble is, because what I want is not a little inn, but actually kind of like a little micro pub, it's how I do it in such a way that it still feels like a space that you could like reasonably sit and chat in. It might need to be slightly longer on one side. I don't know. I'm still thinking my way around it, but I'm sure it can be done. It's just how it's done. Right, so this is Seris' lovely library. Ooh, look at that, rainbow stuff. This is Seris' lovely library, and I pointed this out earlier when we were back on the Mardi Gras site. But for anybody who wasn't there when I said that, Seri has been doing some fun things with runes and size ruining her books for a little bit of visual variation on the shelves, and I love it. I think it's super. And it makes me want to go and make all the size runes and play with them. Book to read. Ready? Yep, okay, go on. What book do I want to read? Okay. Seri's going to come show me one. But yeah, like, look at this. Like, this size variation is super. It just kind of adds a little bit more visual interest to them, and it looks great. And I also like, this reminds me of my favorite bookstores, like with these kind of little like center islands, the lower shelves with those books on them and the book displays on the walls and things. I think this is great. That's nice as well. Now, do you know what? This is really nice because I have been slotting small chests into these bookshelves for forever. I knew they were a perfect fit, but what I have never done is what she's done here, where actually she's kind of like matched the wood color with the shelves, and it almost turns it into like, it looks like almost like a different piece of furniture entirely, with all 6 of them filled with the color matched. I like that. Right, so Seri, duck statue. See the duck statue, duck statue, duck statue. Where am I? Where am I looking? Duck statue. Yep. Okay, found the duck statue.
Oh, is this going to be the book that's in the library currently working, but nobody tell anyone what that is because, privacy?
What? What? Shelf below, far left. This one? Ducks and How to Make Them Pay. The book in my library is called The Cosmogony of Invisible Ducks.
Oh, no, I mean, like, the real life library I work in has
Oh, I see.
that book.
Ducks and How to Make Them Pay. You will be bitterly disappointed to know that this book is in fact an instructional guide to the profitable husbandry of ducks as a craft, and not one sliver of insight about holding ducks responsible for their crimes against humanity, Earth, or God. Very good, Seri.
Which is desperately needed, because, pretty naughty.
See, now, that right there, that's a book that you should be selling on your merchants. I would like one of those in my library, made by Seri, please. Lingonberries worth the trip. Grapes, the precious produce. See, look at these lovely titles. You should come here, if not to admire all the sizes and colours and the beautiful kind of like hues and arrays of like colour spectrums, but just to admire the titles, if nothing else. Because I love this. And I don't think I will ever quite catch up with Seri, but I'm very much enjoying titling my slowly growing collection of library books as my papyrus making up. And I think I was saying, like, I've named a few this event so far, but I've still got a few blank ones left. I've got 3 blank ones left. And if I got really excited, I have got some more string and paper, so I could make myself a few more. But we've already gained a few this event that I've been quietly primping up in the imping buildings in between times. Yeah, look at that.
Every time I'm here, I feel like I might have missed a shop, and it makes me sad.
Seri, eventually all the books will be filled in. But surely you also keep adding books to the shelves, right? Bun, you envious that have English as a main language? Yeah. It is much, much harder to do things like plays on words and stuff in English if English is not your first language. I can absolutely see how that sort of like makes it trickier, and presumably also makes it harder. Like, you probably miss some of the plays on words, where there's sort of like clever titling of books, but the books are all in English, and obviously some of them you will get, and some of them just won't quite translate. Some of my books, despite my dislike of puns, some of my books are absolutely pun titles. A lot of them are sort of like alliterative or just have nice sibilants. I think about half to 2/3 of them are sort of named after players, like epithets for players, and the rest tend to be sort of comments that come, comments or notions that just come out of conversations and events. Oh, she's a trader, not a merchant, so I can't buy anything fun from her. But yeah, so this is Seri's little library, and it is lovely. And you can get to it just over the bridge from Mardi Gras up on Dragonwyck Deed. Come and have a look if you are over here, because it is well worth your time. A celebration of tea. Lovely. It's one of the newer fountains, just there. Ooh. You're hiding a Supreme bulk container unit in a cupboard where nobody can see it. No, should be on display. But yeah, I like this. I like this. I like all of this. All of this. I could just move in here.
We'll take it all, thanks.
Yep. I'll have 3, please. So there you go. That's the public library building at Dragonwyck. Are you still shopping, Ruffle, or have you made your way around them all now?
Shops, I think.
Got the Iron Cauldron over here. Is this where we can buy some foods?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Jackal onion soup. Meat stew with dumplings. Which is a clever way, by the way, to sell food on merchants, because some foods can be sealed and therefore will not decay in a merchant's inventory. I also really like this coach house. I mean, I like coach houses in general, we know this. this sort of like this route through here. Right. There are more shops here than I have visited. There are absolutely more shops here than I visited, but I've had a good little wander. So, are you ready to head back?
Can do. Do you want to lift back, Mumix?
Is Mumix still over here with us? I've lost track
I
of them.
think so.
They haven't slapped me in a while. There is a difference between a trader and a merchant, yes. So traders are, you can no longer get them in the game, but essentially a trader used to allow you to buy things like contracts, Volk, twigs and things. Essentially it allowed you to buy the few items. Oh, Mumix just came to slap me in the face. Thank you, Mumix. I assume that means you don't want to lift back. You just wanted to slap me on the way past. A trader used to allow you to buy certain items from the game, like trader contracts and things. Now it still does, but essentially what it does now is it just opens up the silver shop. Many years ago, before they ended real money transactions in Wurm, you also used to be able to trade items to traders to get money back out of the game. And they also give a percentage discount to the upkeep of the deed that they are on. There we go, we have got Mumix. Ha! I've just seen your bunny backpack. So people who've got them are still benefiting from the trader discount to their deed. You can no longer sell items to them, and they do now just open up the silver shop interface. But merchants are the ones that players can still buy contracts for and then put items on them to sell. So when you're looking through shops and things, if you see merchants, those are the ones that you can buy items from players from. Those are the ones that have shop inventories. You will only generally see one trader on a deed if you see any traders at all, and that will just now open up the silver shop.
A lovely view of the buildings when you look out to the right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, I've only just noticed that guard tower is rare.
Oh,
How shiny. How shiny. And I'm now far enough off chaos that every time I see one of those ships, I'm not getting a heart attack.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Yeah.
I do like how when Bun comes on stream, Bun's got lots of information for everyone, and I just come on stream and go, "What's this? What's that word?" Because I'm so new to the game. My question is, when you're on a PvP server, why would it be that someone doesn't show up in local?
Because you can stealth, right? I mean, you're also asking somebody who does not know PvP, but I think, is it something? I can't remember how you get it, but there's an option to try and be stealthy, and basically it just doesn't really work on PvE, but it is something you can do on PvP, and I assume that's what allows you to not appear in local? Maybe somebody here who actually plays PvP could tell us. Good night, Calvert. Yeah, I mean, that's my assumption. I know that you can also get enchants like no location, but I don't think that's anything to do with you showing up in local. I think that's to do with preventing people from using magic to locate you, right? Thank you for the lift. So I assume the not showing up in local is down to stealth, or potentially down to the mechanics of somebody being in a mine, because lurking in mines, you can see a lot further than people can see you, because the local range is shorter in mines.
I had when I was rescuing my 1F Ruffle character from one of the Epic servers, I went for a little wander, and I was like being nosy at someone's deed. Luckily, they were the same kingdom as me. Proper nosy, and as you do, and then they just sort of appeared right in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, hi, just nosy." But I did not see them in local at all.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's down to stealth. Also, if they appeared right in front of you, so that couldn't be answered by like the difference in local range and caves, could it? So I assume that is something to do with stealth, but I can't remember now. You had the option before to do it on Freedom, and I don't know if it's that they've removed the option because it was confusing, or if I just can't remember what you had to do to get the option to try and be stealthy. So Bun, stealth works in PvP, right? So how do you activate stealth? What is it? Do you do it on your toon? Do you do it on a tile?
It's a little thing on the bottom of your
top right of your plus on the top right of your hotbar. Quick bar. Ah, yes, of course, it's a button, isn't it? It's a button. There we go. So yeah, presumably that is how. But it doesn't do I have to pull it down to my quick bar to be able to use it? Can I not use it in here? Hello? Yeah, evidently not. So let's just pop it there.
Yeah, it doesn't work when you're near
too close to other creatures. So is it a skill? Is it based on an existing skill? Is it its own skill? I'm just gonna go and get away from some people and see because I'm curious now. Evidently, I haven't seen it since they changed the way the quick bar works, because it would have been in the old quick bar, I guess. But I also kind of want to know, like, does it take any account at all of line of sight? Is it just how physically close you are in terms of tiles to people? Okay, I try to hide. Sneaking. I attempt to hide from others. Stealth mode is now on.
I was totally derailed, sorry.
No, you haven't derailed anything. We were done. We came back to the deed. So I am attempting to hide. It says stealth mode. But, I mean, there's no skill tick, so is it related to perhaps one of your body skills? Mumix, you haven't seen it raise any skills.
If it helps, I have my amusing story of what happened after that, and I feel like they got their own back to me snooping. They were like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just having a look, going for a walk," and they were like, "Oh, watch out, because there's dragons about." And they said, "Oh, you want to get a horse?" And I was like, "I can't ride a horse," and they were like, "Lol, R.I.P." And then, not a minute later, I got killed by like a troll, still in their local. So that was embarrassing.
Oh dear. So I no longer hide. Was that because the timer ran out, or was it because I moved? More science required. Okay, I'm going to try and hide again.
I waited until early the next morning to log in and retrieve my body because I was so embarrassed.
I have absolutely done that before sometimes, where, like, I'm so embarrassed by something, I've just been like, I'm just going to log in at another time when this person in my local is no longer there. So, I'm attempting to hide, but there doesn't seem to be... Am I getting anything up here about being stealthy? Okay, so Mumix has just walked past, but that hasn't broken it. Although, I mean, presumably Mumix can see me there, but I'm just trying to figure out what it is that breaks it, and I think it might be moving. Because I'm not getting anything up here that's suggesting there is a timer counting down on stealth. But as soon as I move... Oh, how far do I have to move? Okay, so I only had to move a little bit for it to no longer hide. But as you say, Mumix, like, it's not giving me any skill doing it. You can't see me in-game or in local. Are you fibbing? Or could you actually not see? See, but I can hide, so it's not line of sight. I've attempted to hide again. So can you not see me now? I need to go on an alt to check this, because, like, I always like, nah, fibs are lies.
You're in local. It's true.
I disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't like that, guys. I'm going to be so fucking paranoid now.
This is why when you were over on Chaos, I was like, but people might just be there.
So, but as soon as I move, I'm coming out of stealth, which suggests that although you can lurk in stealth, maybe you can't move in stealth? Or is your ability to move in stealth tied to something like, say, I don't know, to, like, your body control or something like that? There, you disappeared. Do it again, Mumix.
Oh, yeah.
You use it a lot when spying on Fallen Deeds Fun. You know what? I never even knew that, like... Probably because I haven't looked at myself on an alt, and I've just been like, okay, I'm in stealth mode, and now I've broken stealth. Clearly that didn't work.
What?
You can still chat in local. That is creepy. That is creepy.
Wow. Well, this was fun. This was a fun line of inquiry.
Try again, Mumix. I want to see you disappear. It must be possible.
Am I disappeared? Am I disappeared? Am I hidden?
Well, I don't know. Where are you, Ruffle? Relative to me. I can't see you.
I am south of Mumix.
I would need to come back out of the alleyway, and I'm currently hiding, I think. Does chatting in local break it? Oh! Did you just successfully hide? Because I looked away for a second. I don't know if you walked away or if you actually hid. Didn't used to break it. Ah! And you reappeared. Oh, man, that is proper creepy. Properly creepy. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If I'm... Can you see me, Mumix? Because if not, I'll chat in local and see if that makes me appear.
I appeared when I chatted in local.
Okay. So... De-stealthing. You no longer hide. Okay, so chatting in local does now break you out of it. But I have to say, I always assumed that stealth meant that you didn't appear in the local tab. I didn't realise it actually made you physically invisible.
No, I didn't. Wow,
and that's really fucking unnerving, and I don't like that at all. That feels...
So bear that in mind if you go to Chaos again.
Okay, but in fairness, we were sailing out to sea in Chaos, so nobody could be stealthing their way up to us in a boat, because the boat wouldn't be stealthed, right? Even if you can stealth in a boat without breaking it as the boat moves, the boat would still be visible. It would absolutely have been a problem if we had sort of been walking around on land, though. There's a very good reason why we were staying, like, in a boat, near to borders. You managed to move around on one tile without unstealthing. So does it ever give you a different message? Because all it tells me is you attempt to hide from others, and I don't know if it tells you if you're successful. Maybe people have to be a certain distance away from you.
Does it not say next to your, like, fighting, you know, at the bottom, have you got a thing at the bottom that says, like, aggressive or whatever for your fighting type that you've got? Does it not say stealth or something at the bottom next to that?
Or, do you mean in my quick bar?
Event window.
Event window. Oh, because I'm not stealthing at the moment, but Mumix was, but Mumix didn't disappear for me that time, and I wondered if it was because I'm too close. So when I stealthed before, it had something down here.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mumix has just disappeared again. There you go. So stealth mode.
Hello.
But can you see me, Ruffle? Or have I just disappeared for you?
I can't see you.
But a moment ago, when Mumix went into stealth mode, they said they'd gone successfully into stealth mode, but I could still see them. And now Ruffle's disappeared.
Mumix now.
Yeah, I can see Mumix, but you've just disappeared. So if I de-stealth over here and get closer to where Mumix is, I'm going to see if I can stealth, like, within a tile or two of Mumix. Because previously it told me I was too close to people, so I couldn't stealth, but that evidently didn't stop Mumix from stealthing just now when they didn't disappear from me. We got on a whole side, a whole segue here. Sorry, guys, this is just exciting and new, and also really unnerving. Really unnerving. I do not like this at all on PvE. It does work, Crim. I know. I did not know that we actually went invisible. Right, okay, so Mumix... If I go on a tile adjacent to Mumix, I assume it's not going to let me try and hide. Okay, so we currently got a whole tile between us. It is allowing me to try and hide with 2 tiles away. But I failed. Is there a cooldown? No, it's going to let me try again. Try to hide. You attempt to hide from others. I'm in stealth mode, so Mumix, can you still see me? See, but Mumix has just disappeared. Cruz, can you see me? Oh, so when you get that message looking around a fallen deed, you try and stealth with your spy ult. There's no one or no animals around. That's how you know there's someone there. Yeah, I don't like that button. Like, as somebody who is slightly prone to anxiety, that's just going to make me paranoid in spaces that are meant to feel like... I mean, not that I really do any lurking on fallen deeds, but... testing if PM and stealths, it does not. So you can PM, you just can't chat in local. What about if I emote?
Hello.
Does not appear to have broken stealth.
I disappeared.
You appeared. Yeah, I managed to move like 2 or 3 steps before it broke, but it wasn't leaving the tile. Like, I still broke it just moving around too much on one tile. So you can you can do a little bit of adjustment. And then at some point, although it's not breaking, maybe it's how far from your original spot. Oh wait, it's because I'm not in stealth. Wait, hang on, I wasn't in stealth.
Spying on me. You're only spying on me whilst I'm wombling a full deeds.
Okay, right. Let me stealth again. So the emote did break it. Cruise waves at you. You wave at Cruise. You try to hide. Oh no. Okay, hang on. That's interesting. I stopped hiding before I emoted. So let me just try that again. Is it because I moved or is it because it timed out? Let's try to hide. Cruise. Okay, so you're not invisible to me.
Or me.
Are you sure you're in stealth mode at the moment? Okay, I'm now in stealth mode.
Me too.
So should have disappeared for everybody else. So if I now emote...
Hello.
Oh, okay, it's just the order that the messages come in. Yeah, so emoting does break stealth. It's just that you get the you no longer hide first in terms of message order. But that's what happens at the same time. So you can PM, but you can't talk in local and you can't emote without breaking stealth. And we still haven't quite worked out why sometimes you can see somebody who's stealth nearby and sometimes you can't. What if I do it a tile away from you? Will it let me? Too close to other creatures, so it won't let me do it that close to you. Interesting. And unnerving. Maybe if you're already stealthing and somebody stealths, you can see them. Barfoot, it's an RNG check, like the imp chance. What, as in whether or not somebody sees you when you're in stealth mode? Like, there's always a chance that you do not succeed in stealthing to a particular player in local. But there's no stealth skill, is there? Because that's what we were looking at. Like, there's no skill gain from stealthing. Where is it a skill? Where is it a skill? Where does it live? How do you gain skill in it, if not by stealthing? Am I missing something? Oh, so there was a stealth skill, and maybe there now isn't. Because that's what I was saying. Like, we're not getting any skill gains. I wondered that's why I was saying I wondered if it ran off something like, say, I don't know, body control, which would be the obvious one if it was going to run off any of the body characteristics. Or maybe you played modded Wurm Unlimited, maybe. I don't remember there ever being a stealth skill, but in fairness, I probably wouldn't, because I have only ever been a PvE player. Yeah, you can't move more than a few steps before your stealth breaks, even if you stay on the same tile, it breaks. So I don't think you can sneak up on anybody in stealth, and since it's not something you can skill up, you can't get better. It does, but it does mean that I can absolutely play pranks on Calvert, right? When we're out together and he's wandering around a place, I just need to successfully go into stealth mode and wait for him to walk past me, and then I can be like, bam, bitch slap! Although I do quite like my drive-by slappings. Okay, well, this was a fun experiment that is going to forever make me paranoid. Thanks, guys, for that.
Sorry.
Thank you, Ruffle, for taking me down that line of very anxiety-inducing inquiry. I'm going to come back out third person. I feel like when you stealth, I should disappear for me too, right? Otherwise I spend the whole time being like, I'm so stealthy, but I can see myself. Hey! Drive-by slap-ins or no slap-ins? Just gonna get a little run up. Whee! Not that I'm running anywhere with all the books that I'm carrying. Oi! You slapped me in the back. Rude. What can we say besides we're welcome? Good night, Moomin. Good night.
Son of a troll.
Right. Time to troll Crimson. No, nobody trolling Crimson. Like, you will give me nightmares if I start having people just popping out of stealth in my local all the fucking time.
I definitely won't do that.
That sounds horrifying. It's one thing if it's like your mates, but if like random people just start like de-stealthing like on your deed. That's the stuff that nightmares are made of. I do not like that at all.
Thanks, I hate it.
I genuinely thought that stealth just did not work on PvE. Well. Well, there appears to be stuff tinking away in the imping building still. I was always here. Him for making 20 alts and stealthing on Brambleheim. You joke, but don't joke. Don't joke, because it's not funny. I don't like it at all. No. It's a good thing I do all of my, all of my rude conversations in PMs. That's a lie, I don't really have rude conversations with people, but I don't know, it feels a bit weird, right? Like, I mean, there's nothing really that I would be doing in local that would be weird if somebody saw. It's just the idea that like, there might be people, like, lurking with no robust way to see them. I don't like it. It makes me kind of, oh.
You need to get, clearly, like, you need to get higher body control. That's what Barfoot says.
Aha! So it is tied to body control. Clearly I need to work on that. My paranoia drive me to grind a body characteristic. I don't even know how you skill body control, you know, that's one of those... Well, in fairness, I've never deliberately skilled any of my body characteristics except for body strength, like on alts, to, Is it body control that you use for driving, or is that mind logic? That's mind logic, right?
No, it's for what is it?
Like I tend to do mining on alts to get them up to a point where they can get religion. And I think I did mining on Eshri to get her to a point where she could load, because that's presumably body strength. I can't remember what I did on Eshri to get her mind logic up so that she could also drive carts. Are you asking me that, Mumix? So my body control is 46. 46 and a bit. Good night, Mimas. Have a good nap.
Good night, Mimas.
High mind logic players will have a chance to see you through your stealth. Okay. So my mind logic is probably actually doing me more good there than body control, because body control breaks somebody's stealth, whereas mind logic allows you to see through it. Body control's for horse riding. So body control isn't one that I've done because Eshri still cannot ride horses. But my mind logic is my best skill by some margin.
Mine too.
So it's more likely to be mind logic that allows me to sort of see through stealth rather than body control, which it sounds like. So does body control actually break other people's stealth, or does it just... Maybe they're both kind of doing the same thing in terms of, you know, from a user perspective. Unicorn riding in your case, Robbie. Crying here with your 4 actions. I'm up to 7, and you know what? I really liked when I had 6. Because it was a nice even number of actions. It was like an imp prepare, or 7 sometimes throws me. I've finally gotten used to it, but I get so used to having a certain number of actions. As soon as I go up another one, it then takes me a good while to get used to that difference. And I tend to do things, like I do a lot of actions in like paired bits, so that's where the having the 7 throws me off. Not that I'm complaining. Not that I'm complaining. Who's in wolf form? Officious. You were at 9 on your WEM Unlimited server. Was that with sped up skill gain, or was it just a server that you played on for a long old time? Body control to be able to stealth, mind logic to see through it. Well, got my eye on you all. If anybody starts to enact a campaign of terror stealthing in my local all the time, I might just move. Maybe I will finally have a reason for that underground deed that I keep saying I need a reason to build. Just to go and hide myself from the world. You just drive me underground with your lurking. You could do it. Yeah, see? 8 is awesome. Even numbers are awesome, right? Because I tend to do stuff in pairs, but also just... yeah. I'm working my way up to 8, but it's going to be a long old while, I think. God, these ceilings are high. Iron chandeliers do. Oh! Well, I don't think... it doesn't sound like we missed any GM interaction stuff while we were away, so I assume there's nothing in the arena. Oh, God, do you know what? The faceless mask. Oh, that is also nightmare fuel. Look at these fancy outfits, though. Huh? What's that, Ruffle?
I hate the faceless mask.
I know. Me too. Me too. Who's in goblin form? Some wolves. Got a witch doctor mask there. What's it called in here? This? It's a plague mask in this, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and there's Taro over there. So that was it. There is some more stuff that I could do, but I'm kind of flagging a little bit, so I think I might wrap up the stream there-ish. There is definitely more exploring that I could have done on stream. There's a whole bunch more shops that I didn't see here and over on Seris Deed. Obviously, there's a scavenger hunt to do. I've already done mine, though. I didn't want to spoiler that one by doing that one on stream. And I think there are going to be more events popping up over the weekend. Although, because the event organisers are mostly American, I don't know how many of those will be in EU-friendly times. I imagine some of them will. But I suspect it's likely that a lot of those events will be in early hours of the morning for me. But regardless, I think they are. I know Nirav was saying he was trying to make an effort to make sure that there was stuff being run for people in all time zones to enjoy. So there should be something for everybody, whichever time zone you're in, if you come here for at least a few hours at a time. Yeah. Anything else that I've forgotten, Ruffle? Was there anything I said I would do that I haven't done? Also, there's a really cool graveyard over here, and now that we can build coffins in other materials, this is a good place to come and look at some of them. Like, because, I mean, some of these are dyed, obviously, but also, like, I like the sandstone ones. I saw, here you go, you got a bunch of sandstone ones and slate and things here. It's really nice, actually, having these in different materials, but I think the sandstone ones look especially nice. Looks like polished.
Oh, don't they?
Polished sandstone. Yeah, it's almost like a marble, like a polished marble, but not
That's
the white
nice.
marble. Yeah, I think these ones are really nice. I think they're the nicest of the lot now. There might be some marble ones around, actually, because I assume you can also make these in marble. Is that a marble one? There we go. So, there you go. That's a white marble and a sandstone together. Both nice. Nice. Oh, no. You used to have a faceless mask on each of your characters, but then you switched to a pirate theme when you created your deed. Well, I'm glad that you switched to a pirate theme. I'll take a pyro over a faceless mask any day. Madoon, you have seen one. Fibs and lies. I've seen you in one. However, right, I'm just now wandering around aimlessly. So I'm going to wrap up there, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out, Ruffle. It's nice to have
Thank
some
you.
company for the second part.
But I was revived by my food enough to be able to.
I'm now going to go and have some more food because I last ate about 2 o'clock, and it's now just coming up for midnight, so I'm going to have a little snack and a little wind down. But thank you everybody for coming and hanging out in chat, for putting up with my grasshoppering and my random segues to experiment with a bit of science. I feel like it wouldn't be a Crim stream now if there wasn't a little bit of science involved. That's becoming a running theme. You see, Moomix, I could go off you, because that is exactly what I'm talking about. She's afraid of them, so you do jump scares in them. No.
Mean.
No.
Just
Definitely
mean.
do not come stealthing over at my deed, doing jump scares in your faceless masks. Or I will find some way to exact my revenge, and it will be as petty as I can come up with. And that will be that. A little excitement's good in life. Well, unless you got a weak heart, then a little excitement might be the end of your life. For me, I just like Wurm to be my chill space, you know? You are a menace, but a slightly nice one. Well, that's why I modified your book. So it was originally Moomix the Menace. And now I think it's Moomix the Menace Strikes Again. Yeah. Yeah. So I might hang around and do a little bit of papyrus making and imp some more books, or I might log out and just go and chill out for a little bit. But I will undoubtedly see some of you at this event again before I head away. I'll log in again tomorrow a little bit, and come and hang out and maybe do some imping if there's some imping that needs doing, that I have skills that I can help with.
Blacksmithing.
Oh yeah. I mean, if there's a backlog of blacksmithing, I can always do blacksmithing.
Definitely a backlog of blacksmithing.
Impalongs are pretty much entirely where all of my blacksmithing came from, and where most of my jewellery making came from, so I might come and do a bit of imping tomorrow. But take care, everybody. Regards to Star Grace from Barefoot. Take care, everybody. And I might be around one night this week doing a original Final Fantasy VII stream. I don't know yet, but I will definitely be back next weekend with another Wurm stream, and possibly back on Friday with Calvert doing something as well. What were you going to say, Ruffle?
I was just saying goodnight.
Okay. Good night, Ruffle. Good night, Moomix. Good night, Barefoot. Good night, Robbie. I'm not going to be able to find everybody who's in chat. Good night. Mima's has already gone, and Moomin's already gone. Good night, Bun and Myra, if you're still there. Anybody else as well? I'm just going to switch to my cooldown screen. This is the place that we just went to visit. So this is Dragonwyck. It's on Xanadu, L26, one island north of Mardi Gras. So that is Seris' little deed that we were just pottering around looking at the library and other shops in. Maybe go and have a look at that if you're coming over here for Mardi Gras, or even if you're not but you just like markets, go and pay that one a visit maybe. Good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks for hanging out.